Hey, what is up, everybody? Do apologize for the break there. Unfortunately, just running into a couple of technical difficulties, but I'm sure we've got those ironed out, hopefully for right now, because we've got some good Call of Duty action that's about to take place, and I'm joined by none other than Wootini. I do believe you've got the wrong name in front of you, good sir, so everything's just not working well at once. But, Woot, how you doing your side, my man?
Oh, good. I had PC troubles of my own, so I know the feeling. It's sorted now.
It's all at once, but there we go. All nice and sorted. So today we've got essentially two games that are going to be kicking off. We've got our first game with the teams ready and waiting. It's going to be none other than OGC taking on iEnvy. Now going into that game, any thoughts before we jump straight in?
Oh, OGC is quite a unique team. They obviously new and wanting to make a standpoint on the community, whereas iEnvy are quite established. So I think it's going to be young blood versus old blood, and old blood not going to want to lose. So I think we're in for quite an exciting evening.
Yeah, so I mean, before we jump in, ladies and gentlemen, I want to find out your predictions in the chat. Who do you think is going to be able to come out on top of this one? Do you think it is going to be OGC? Do you think it is going to be iEnvy? I think that's a question that we all can rightly ask ourselves. At the moment, it is group stages, so a long path to go. But Wootini, before we jump in, any predictions on your side?
I hate it when I have to make predictions. I think iEnvy is going to take it, but I think that OGC is going to give them quite a run for their money. But I've been wrong on these things before. Commentator's curse always hits me quite hard.
All right, so once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to give us a second so people can join us in the chat. Obviously, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty a little bit earlier on, and hopefully that has now been resolved. So we're just going to wait to see exactly what will happen. But for right now, we do have the map stills that are currently going to be able to pop up. And our maps going into this one, we've got Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, Domination, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy. Of course, that is the general rotation of things. But we've got Gunrunner, Ramaza, a little bit of a repetition coming in there. And then Piccadilly to finish things off. Anything that you're looking forward to from your side of things when it comes down to the maps?
I always love a good hard point. I've made no secret of my disdain for domination, because it kind of, it can get a bit tentative in the mid. But I'm looking forward to a good hard point. I think whoever starts with the momentum in hard point is going to push it across the S&D. So I think whoever's going to take hard point is going to push it through, and especially on Gunrunner, it's going to be a very interesting one because it's a well-known map.
All right, so from my side of things, it does look like the teams are ready. So I believe almost without any further ado and further delay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the chat and welcome to the stream as we get kicked off with this. Essentially, it is going to be round number 3, and this is going to be match, I believe, number 3 also in their group stages. So should be a good one to be able to kick things off. The players are ready on their side. I've received the thumbs up, so we can cross to the action and see what is going to be able to unfold here today. I'm joined by, of course, Wootini on this side to get this one going. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the gameplay. All right, as does look like we're going to be able to bring that up. It is going to be OGC taking on iEnvy. And for right now, we've got a massive game in a lot of ways coming up here. It is going to be the very, very first round, and a way for them to be able to settle the score. So going into this one, anybody that you particularly want to have a look at?
Clanko, definitely Clanko. Clanko has been quite top. I believe he's on a 2KD at the moment. Also, Keegs has got a point to prove, as we've seen from the previous game. So those two are definitely good to look at. And then Simp from OGC.
All right, so at the moment, from OGC side, I believe one of the things that we do actually have is quite interesting. Wow, it's actually all landing up at the moment in favor of Clanko and Co. So getting off to a little bit of a flyer, to be honest.
Clanko's just gone down now. He's on 4-for-1. So it's been an interesting setup on first, because players are very tentative to actually commit to getting points on the first. But it's nice to see that iEnvy is actually trying to commit for points.
Yeah, at the moment, it does look like iEnvy's getting essentially on the back foot, but when it comes down to map overview, it's all about OGC trying to get these reps in from their side. So I'm going to stay on board here with Klanko and see what he's going to be able to do from the heal position.
You can already see iEnvy is actually starting to set up from back. We have, I can't even actually see it, Serik. Serik's pushing for spawn at the moment, and they need to take out Joani, who's just gone down. So iEnvy will have good setup for heal 2.
Alright, so at the moment, OGC, apologize on screen, you might have it a little bit mixed up. There we go, that should fix it. As at the moment, iEnvy is on your right hand side, where we've got essentially OGC on the left hand side. So as we jump on in, at the moment it does look like iEnvy kicking things off relatively strong at the moment. If you're looking at the breakdown of the players from iEnvy side, one of the players that you're going to want to keep an eye on here is going to be Novara as well. I mean, he's their SMG flex player that has been doing absolute wonders, currently sitting with a KD of 2.0. Further from that, Magic's aside, 1.2 in terms of overall KD. Thanks to Divan Stats for calculating those and getting those together. As I believe on screen I've got a little bit of a flip in terms of the overlay, so we'll make sure that that gets sorted for the next round. But for right now, it is iEnvy on their side of things, looking quite solid with essentially a 60-point lead.
Yeah, but they tried to rotate a bit too early onto P3, and with only 2 players committed, we actually saw that OGC got the early spawn. They are falling now, depending on what Magix can do. Magix goes down, so they got this heal quite nicely tucked in.
Yeah. So now it's all about the hold of the heal here for OGC, as they've got the good spawn side, and at the moment it does look like Simp will get knocked down. And further from that, when it comes down to Envy, they managed to get a decent retake here, but you've got to feel that OGC are a little bit hard done by on that one, as they try to get the rotations going across at the moment.
Well, they're actually starting to move. You can see 4 of their players are already committed now to P4. So doing well. They've just got to deal with Waffle, which they have, and now a flying Serik. If Serik goes down here, this is going to be good for them.
Alright, and Serik does go down, so this is going to be a retake here coming in from OGC at the moment. And now Klanko on the back end, unfortunately for him, will get taken down. So this is a good opportunity for OGC to get themselves back into it. Further from that, I'm going to jump on board here with Klanko yet again with the sub in hand to see what he's going to be able to come up with.
Well, Joani just took out Klanko in good fashion there. Magic's taking out Joani in a return. So no one's committed to that point, and now OGC's in a little bit of trouble because their spawn is all the way on P2, whereas P5 is obviously exactly where Waffle is at the moment.
Alright, so maybe just taking a step back, having a look at in terms of rotational game at the moment when it comes down to this OGC squad. They've been trying to get those early rotations, but it's seemingly not really paying off in terms of the entire hold there, as they're not going to really be able to keep on the majority of points, especially when it comes down to the next heal, because it does look like iEnvy have got themselves an early rotation.
Well, you can actually see they've got a beautiful line set up on P5, so they've actually committed 3 players forward, so they're going to have to break 3 players, and that's going to buy them even more time to be able to take points and get the rotation via Woods out to P1.
Alright, so at the moment I'm going to jump on with Sonic. No, I do apologize. Ooh, it seems like everybody I'm jumping to is currently getting the curse very, very strong on their shoulders. But at the moment we go to Simp, who's going to be trying to make his way through the far left side at the moment. And it's going to be Serik once again pushing off. So iEnvy coming up with a great hold. And to be honest, Serik currently sitting with 5 kills in the back pocket.
Ooh. Urban Sonic has also gone down, and we do have Nerve. He's trying to push in, and Keegs a little bit better than him on that one. So actually, it wasn't Keegs, it was Magix from the side. So that all full points are going to go to iEnvy for heal 5.
Alright, so now as things return to the mid-grounds, it all becomes about who's going to be able to hold the spot, who's going to be able to play for those rotations. Battle between number 7 and number 3, that is Avaro Rose taking on Klanko. Klanko comes out on top, securing them the spawns on this far side.
You can actually see Klanko's already set up for P2. P1 has just popped up. So, and Nerve is also doing the same thing.
Yeah, it does look like they're just going to commit around about 2 players from iEnvy at the moment just to battle out that mid tier, as it does look like rotations already highly prioritized on the next hill. As at the moment...
Don't want to do it too early, but it's iEnvy actually getting a lot of points, gifted points on P1 at the moment.
And you can see essentially the iEnvy squad, as we look at the top of the map, giving up to a certain extent on that hill, as it's going to be the rotations coming in from Keegs, as well as I believe this number 6 is none other than Magix, who has a big role to play now as they rotate to the second hill.
Yeah, Magix is in a prime position. He's got dead silence on, but he goes down. Simp has taken him down, so that is good for OGC, but it is iEnvy do have at least 2 heals as an advantage.
Well, once again, just having a look at the scoreboard overall, Nerve has been doing pretty damn well, it has to be said, from an OGC perspective. And at the moment, the heal, it will be held by them. So can they keep this hold? That is the question, as Clanko says, no, not on my watch, as 2 players will get taken down in quick succession. A good 2-for-2 trade does come into play, but it's currently raining down in favor of iEnvy, as OGC's last player is left up. It's currently White Boy inside the hill to do the work.
And the rotation is going to come in by Open Sonic, who I just went to and died before. But you're right, Nerve was absolutely dominating on the point. And he gets another one. He's on a killing spree of 2. If his previous one wasn't broken, he'd be at least a 5 at the moment. So he is playing like a demon.
Playing very well indeed at the moment as Joani in the hill. He's going to try get the remainder of those scrap points now. 70 points behind. It's going to have to be some big plays being made here from OGC. What do you think they need to look to do?
I think they need to commit players more in a holding angle. They're exposing themselves way too much in open play, and that is iEnvy's bread and butter. They are all slayers, so to speak. So they can just play a little bit more tactical and angle play. I believe that they will be able to make a turnaround.
Alright, at the moment the hold is coming in here from iEnvy as they retake the spawns. At the moment it does look like there's going to be a contest coming in there from Nerve. And once again they get... Now this is a terrible position to be in, especially on this hill. Once you start filtering towards that railway, is that you've got to essentially funnel yourself down a line of sight that becomes so difficult to break. And at the moment, a player that has managed to make his way through was, I believe, Rose, but he died essentially on the hill. So doing well to get in close, but iEnvy making the most of it as they spread them further and spread their lead and get closer to taking that first round win.
Yeah, it's surprising. There was at least 3 players committed to going rail. No one coming out of Boiler just to try and break that head glitch. So maybe a little bit overzealous on that approach, and full advantage taken by iEnvy.
Alright, so now from OGC's side, as we cross to, I want to at least have a little bit of a look at Sonic from his side of things. He's been playing with that main AR in hand and doing pretty well. Actually, no, I do apologize. No, it's been the submachine. It's just my codcaster, unfortunately, making me swap late. But he does put out Keegs in front of him. Will he be able to come up with a kill as he tries to come up with a hold on the hill? It's going to be Waffle that trades him out. So
and that was a team wipe. Only White Boy was left, and he goes down now. So big trouble here, and this could be the ball game right here.
Yeah, it does look like game number 1 will more than likely be going to iEnvy unless it's the super clutch performance from OGC, which I don't think is going to be able to happen at this stage. But all credit where it's due. Clanko coming up with 30 kills in the back pocket, so really looking strong from his side on that end. And then from the other side of the court, OGC, I mean, Nerve, really well done. I mean, if the man wants to walk out of this game with his chin held high, I'm pretty sure that he can. White Boy not too far behind.
I think he's top, and he's top in KD as well, so he's definitely, yeah. Sorry, yeah, and Blair, my screen says Blair, and iEnvy takes that.
Yeah, iEnvy coming up with a big first game there, and I think congratulations all around to them. They look pretty solid in that. But now going into map number 2, we've of course got some search and destroy, as it's going to be iEnvy Gaming taking essentially map number 1. It feels like we jumped into it so quickly, Mr. Wujini. Things really picked up quickly. Unfortunately, guys, of course we had that little bit of a delay earlier on. But now as we set up for map number 2, that's exactly what we're going to get up to on our side. If you're wondering exactly what map that is, let's have a look at the maps once again. It is going to be Ramaza, and we're going to be playing some search and destroy. Now, a very interesting map, a lot of close confined angles, and I think it's one of those you can play with your speed of your search of slowing it down, picking up pace, trying to counter your opposition, especially down those long lines of sight down mid. We've seen a lot of teams rushing that with smoke grenades in the past. And for right now, let me just have a look at the codcaster to make sure that we are good to go. Once again, if you're just joining us, that was map number 1 that got taken by iEnvy. And going into the search and destroy, is there anything that you want to be able to see from your side?
I want to see OGC on full player commits, at least with a 4-to-1 split and someone looking mid. The thing is, I need to be able to undo iEnvy's rush. iEnvy are known for Ramaza rushes, especially onto B site, and they normally catch players unaware. They get control of site very quickly, and it's very seldom that they actually go A. So I would like to see some structured play here from OGC and just maintaining their temperament and not trying to force plays.
Yeah, and I also want to, I mean, it's going to be very interesting going into Domination. To be honest, I haven't been able to see too much of iEnvy or OGC's Dom games, and I want to see how they're playing it out. We've seen at the very top level when we watched, I believe it was Phoenix taking on the team of Astra, exactly how well structured, to be honest, Astra was when it came down to Domination. And I want to see, is that translating towards these teams what might be considered a little bit lower tier in terms of comparison, but we're going to have to wait and see. Do they have what it takes to be able to stand toe-to-toe against some of the best teams? We'll have to wait for that in the later stages, but this is a good way for us to get an identifier of the skill level of these players when it comes down to the respective game modes.
Well, I've seen iEnvy take on and go pound for pound with Astra. Obviously, Astra dominating the scene at the moment, but their downfall has always been S&D, and that's a part of the game that they want to fix up. Also, domination. So it'd be interesting to see if they've changed anything going into Dom.
Yeah, and for right now, one of the things that we are going to have a look at is their search and destroy game. And have they been working on it? Will OGC be able to break certain cracks in their strategies? We're going to cross to that right now without any further delay. So without further ado, let's jump into Ramaza Search and Destroy.
It's going to be also interesting to see if anyone is going to be sporting a scope. It's normally not, it used to be a thing to take scope down mid, but it's kind of been phased out over time. So I want to see a scope.
All right, at the moment we will jump on board with OGC. It does look like we have Codcaster on the correct side now, so my multi-limbs trying to do as much work as possible.
Johnny has just drawn first blood on Magix with a nice headshot, so good start there by OGC.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, the numerical advantage, especially when it comes down to Modern Warfare, is so important to come up with those trades, and it does look like the trades actually turn right back into iEnvy side as they bring it even.
And now positive.
Yeah, there we go.
Waffle with that double.
All right. So, at the moment, I'm currently on board with Sonic. From your side of things, it does look like they're locked in around that B site. A lot of work to do, but they're looking a bit static from my point of view.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for something to happen. If Sonic pushes forward, he's going to have Keeks right in his back. And obviously, we got Simp trying to watch for that rotation. So he's got some time to play with.
Definitely has some time as he finally breaks the doorway, tries to work his way up, and Sonic comes up with one. That's absolutely massive for him and his team.
Okay, now is Waffle going to push at the right time? He does. Also avoids that Semtex. Oh, and Sonic hasn't managed to get that kill, which is extremely vital.
Yeah, it's absolutely
he is
huge.
playing them around.
Yeah, no, this is fantastic here from Sonic. Currently, the man is dashing just like the character aptly he names himself after. As at the moment, it is a 2v1 situation, and he's locked himself into a position where he should be able to at least pull one off, gets one off, and then the second Sonic comes up clutch.
What a play by Sonic.
Wow. Sonic take a bow at the man. At the moment, he rushes through, gets the player off the bomb site as well as the bomb diffuser. Take a bow, sir, Sonic, as it does look like OGC have some search and destroy skills in their corner. Say that 5 times fast.
That was amazing by him. I honestly thought that he had messed that up when he failed to get that kill on second floor, but he turned that right around. And, oh, what a play.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge. At the moment, we are going to jump on board with Envy, and any particular player that you want to keep an eye on there?
I know I keep saying Klanko, but I want to see Keegs. Keegs went down quite quickly in the previous round, so let's see if he can undo the damage that he did there.
Good thing we didn't jump on board with the Clanko, though. I mean, he went down really, really quickly. Waffle was there to follow, so we jump on board with Keegs. Two of his teammates are down, and at the moment, OGC are looking impressive, especially when it comes down to their nades. At least being able to pick down players from distance, at least get them low, and then finish off the kills, as well as does look like Serik is going to be the next to go. It's going to be a 2v5 very quick into the game.
Jeez, and that happened so quickly. I can't. My codcaster, just the HUD just disappeared. So I'm trying to play here by prediction, and this looks very good for OGC. Only one player alive for iEnvy, so this definitely looks like round two. Sorry, two players alive. I'm getting carried towards A.
Oh, it does look like Keeks will go down as Johnny picks himself up one. He backs up, and then he'll pick himself up I'm very impressed. I am not going to lie. I am very impressed from this OGC lineup so far.
They've done, that was spectacular play there by Johnny. Gets the first and predicts the second. So he predicted the toe coming in, and well done. That's 2-0.
I mean, even from that side of things, just backing himself, giving himself a little bit of an opportunity to recover some much-needed health, play from a different position. The player was going to check the corner that he was previously at. Really, really well played overall there. As once again, we're going to cross to the attacking team, which will be OGC. And we're going to keep an eye on them. At the moment, 2-0 in the lead on the Search and Destroy. This is map number 2, as iEnvy do have a 1-map lead. At the moment, does look like Sonic, our man, is going to get himself into potentially some action early on.
Okay, we've got a push here from Nerve, who's looking to go to B. So, but Serik and Keeg should be protected. Dead Silence is activated. Oh, he does get partial, though.
Yeah, the call-out has to be made there that two players have made their way in towards the staircase. As it does look like Waffle's going to be able to bring it down to a 4v4 situation. Make that a quick trade on either side. As it's a quick switch there. As Johnny now on 5 spree. As it's currently going to be a 2v3 situation in favor of OGC.
Oh, he gets another one.
Johnny's currently unstoppable. Keeks turns around and he faces the gunfire of this OGC lineup that is currently 3-0 ahead. Wow, Woot.
Yeah, I wouldn't have predicted it. I would have at least round for round, trade for trade, but 3-0. This is this is super play by OGC.
Super play indeed. I mean, I as you said earlier, Envy have been worried about their Search and Destroy game, and I don't know whether it's just fantastic play from OGC at this point, or if it's on the other side of things of iEnvy are just slipping up in terms of their game. But iEnvy, they do have an opportunity here on the attack. I want to jump on board with Waffle. He seems to be doing the most at the moment from a Search and Destroy perspective for his team.
Waffle, very good player to watch. He's also the clutch player for his team.
And he's been cursed, naturally. It's
straight up, Johnny.
Serik will be able to pick up the headshot there on Sonic, and I'm sure they're glad to get rid of that blue head at the moment, as Sonic has been darting around. He's too fast, as I believe that chat has been pointing out. But it is going to be
with a double.
Yeah, it's going to be OGC for the first time now, and a numerical disadvantage in a long while, and I think this is going to be a huge opportunity for iEnvy with that bomb planted on B.
Well, Johnny's heading towards, I don't know if he's going to go towards L or head glitch. No, he's going head glitch. Dead Silence is about to deactivate. Serik is looking at that position, and I's given his position where he's about to get rotated.
It doesn't look like anybody's going to be pushing him anytime soon, but Nerve on the opposite side. They need to break the line of sight. There is 22 seconds left on the clock. Now it's all about how can they work their way in. Serik will be able to pick down one, so it's going to be a 1v2 situation. His teammate Sonic did it. Will he be able to do it with 13 seconds left on the clock? I don't think he's got enough time, unfortunately.
No. And he goes down, so that'll be the first point picked up for iEnvy, and that was well played by iEnvy. They could have messed that up, but they stayed cool and won that. Well played, Serik.
Yeah, so now it's an opportunity for them to build momentum yet again and try get themselves back in this one for the iEnvy squad. OGC on the other side of things, defensive side, some would argue is a little bit easier, but when it does come down to, I believe, that B bomb side, it's so difficult to hold when you get a full rush coming in. So it really becomes fair game at that point as we take a look at the top of the map and see what will these OGC players do on the attack.
Yeah, from a planting perspective, you have to coordinate so well, and everyone has to be committed to the cause regardless if you lose someone. As Simp has just taken out Serik with the HDR.
Ooh, it does look like White Boy has managed to lock down a player there as he brings it down to a 4v2 situation. Now on the opposite side, it's Magix and Waffle, the M&W, as we'll see what they're going to be able to do.
Magix is just creeping around the crack of the door there. He pushes, he might be able to... No, he won't.
Unfortunately, the stairway to heaven was exactly where it led to as he got locked down there. But currently OGC 4-1. So well played to them so far. It does look like the slower game mode of Search and Destroy is playing in their favor. As we'll get a weird pattern as the kill cam there for some reason on Nerve. As it doesn't give us a fair view of exactly what went down. But as once again the team switch sides. So far OGC... You guys have definitely surprised me. Very, very solid Search and Destroy game.
They're doing extremely well. I didn't see this coming from them either. So I think if they can just get their hard point tactics, they could definitely be challenging on an upper echelon of teams.
Absolutely. So definitely one to watch out for everybody that is currently on stream taking notes more than likely at the moment for this OGC lineup. As it's currently on the attack, it is Envy. I wouldn't rule them out. They're definitely one of the powerhouse teams in the Community Cup at the moment, or rather, the Community Challenge.
Community Clash.
Clash, there we go. I'm telling you, today, good sir, it has not been a good one for me. As at the moment, Serik will jump on board with him. And... it is going to be some kind of top control that he's looking to achieve here from his side. They do have a numerical advantage once again as it comes down to the bomb being planted. Will Serik be able to come up with a defense? Oh, Serik, Sonic, you dirty boy, as he comes up with one, but it's going to be a full cleanup coming in from Sonic and Co.
Sonic playing a little bit of a cheeky waiting to defuse there. Now he'll go for it. I was going to say, is he waiting for his dead silence to reactivate? But no, he just wanted to compose himself for that defuse.
Yeah. It seems not going to be spending any extra time trying to get that back on his side. But another round OGC. They're essentially match point, or rather game point at this stage to be able to draw it up against iEnvy, which would give us a guaranteed 4th map.
And that I always love it going to map 5, but it hardly ever happens in COD nowadays. Well, in South African COD nowadays, so this would be really good to see. So take the 6th.
All right, so let's have a look here. It does look like furthest player forward. Oh, this is going to be a very interesting push here from Clanko. I saw him run all the way through, and now he'll turn around to face essentially the full lineup of OGC.
Oh, he gets him.
Yeah, it does look like Sim gave up on that fight and said, you know what, I'm not going to take it, and then just essentially gave his posterior all into the face of Clanko.
Oh, Clanko with another one.
Yeah, Clanko
jumping around a corner.
Playing fantastically at the moment. It is going to be a 3v4 as the bomb will get planted here, but it does look like a couple of shots will get carried out. Yeah, absolutely. Bomb gets put down. We've got a 2v2.
Keek's going to rush. Yeah, Keek does rush. He gets a kill.
Johnny now all by himself. Oh, Clanko says, I know where you sleep, good sir. And takes him down, as it does look like it is going to be a round going in favor of iEnvy. Is this the reverse?
If you're OGC, you're going to say no. If you're iEnvy, you're going to say yes. So that was very well played by, that was all Clanko. Clanko made that one happen.
Yeah, Clanko burst through the doors and managed to get the kill there as well. So really, really well played from him. And now on the attacking side, they're going to need to keep that momentum going. This is the iEnvy train. Is the motion going to keep going, or will OGC stomp down and shut the door in their face? We're going to have to wait and see, as we can once again cross to that top view and have a look at these player perspectives.
Well, it looks like it's going to be an A from iEnvy. One player in the number 7, Clanko. No, he goes mid, heading towards Soap now.
All right, so it does look like the players at B must be scratching their heads at this point, as it does look like Johnny's actually going to be able to pick himself up one here. That's absolutely magic. Ooh, Magix, wow.
Magix with a double. Clanko is about to get right behind Johnny now.
He jumps up. He says, Johnny, get out of there, as at the moment, once again.
Gone. And that's the danger player gone.
Yeah. Bomb gets planted here. So at the moment, if you're OGC, you've got quite a difficult task ahead of you. It's White Boy and Simp at the moment who have it all to do.
Well, let's see. They're both attacking from the same perspective, and this should be a quick, simple follow-up. He's heavy partialed. Magic should finish that off, and they pick up their third. No, it's not over.
They say in chat, no reverse coming in. And oh my gosh, maybe you've cursed your team. Let's wait and see, because it does look like iEnvy are not ruling themselves out of this one, or not giving up without a fight just yet. Alright, so now OGC on the attack. And if there's anybody that you want to jump on board with, I kind of feel like Johnny, or it's got to be Sonic. I'm not too sure which one. Let's go with Johnny. It looks like he's in an interesting position on top mid at the moment. Alright, Johnny's going to take some heavy gunfire as we can cross to Sonic, who's just picked himself up one, as it looks like he's burst with bomb. Wow, that's a brave move into the opposition half. At the moment, Clanko, oh, cod timing, good sir. Just as he leaves ADS, iEnvy say we'll take every single advantage we can get. Alright, so I do believe Woot, just have a look there. From your side of things, I mean, iEnvy looking fantastic. I'd like to be able to see, will this go to round 11?
Oh, sorry. That
All
was,
right.
yes. Sorry, I was saying, sorry, I'll say what I'm going to say after the action here.
At the moment, it does look like iEnvy bursting their way into that bomb site once again, but it's going to be a 3v3 this time. The trophy systems will get deployed. That should give an indication, even just an audio cue, that something is about to go down outside this B-bomb site.
Well, I think that they must have been listening, because I said I want to see OGC actually slow it down. They were very excited in their attack when they were 5-1 up. Oh, and this should be... Oh! What? Oh!
How did he come out on top of that one? But it is going to be drawn down to a 2v2 situation, a must-win battle there for Planko, who says, you know what? I don't need to fight this fight. As he dips and ducks and dives, let's see, will he be able to make this rotation? As at the moment, the player furthest forward, Serik, I think is going to be left with it all to do on defense. But now it's Clanko trying to come up with the plant.
Activated here for Johnny. This could be very dangerous.
Johnny
Gets the plant done.
Johnny! Timing! No, it doesn't look like he'll be able to spot him in time. The bomb is down. Clanko now turns, faces, and Johnny comes up. Huge plays there as he secures essentially the round for his team. OGC right back in it as they tie it up at 1 apiece.
Wow, that way to leave it down to the wire, guys. I think maybe that's one of the extra practice in between rounds.
Wow, absolutely. I mean, keeping our hearts in our mouths, but keeping us entertained for damn sure. Well done to OGC. I think Johnny as well as Sonic definitely standing out in terms of that search and destroy. I'm excited to see what happens in this domination now, because I mean they've leveled up the playing field. They've shown themselves as a heavy contender when it comes down to search and destroy. And now taking a look at that scoreboard, I mean Clanko's got to be looking to his teammates as well as Serik and saying, guys, I can't do this by myself.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Serik did really well there. It's actually quite ironic that the top two players from both teams are 14 for 7. However, I think Clanko would be buoyed by that performance going into domination. Now, this is going to be the first time that I see OGC on domination, so I'm going to reserve all judgments to actually see how they set up. Are they going to try commit? Are they going to try flank? Are they going to go try for 3 points, spawn flip? Are they going to try keep iEnvy on their toes?
I think at the moment I don't know what to predict, to be honest. I mean, going into that search and destroy, I was leaning a little bit more on iEnvy side. I mean, I know a lot of the players have a lot of history in terms of the Call of Duty scene. Clanko from his side of things, one of the most standout players in the scene for a long time. But now going into map number 3, it's all about what are they going to do? And guess what? We're going to revert all the way back to Gunrunner. And to be honest, a very, very fast-paced map. I just need to make sure that we're swapping sides as well on Codcast on our end. But predictions maybe going into this domination, do you think from the side of OGC that they've got what it takes to hold toe-to-toe when it comes down to a respawn game mode?
I think if they can get the early rotate, depending on which side they spawn, if they can get the quick run onto B and hold B from rail side, they should be okay. I think whoever comes out on first round is going to take this, because I know iEnvy are extremely fast paced and they do tend to like do things at like a what's the word I'm looking for, at a moment's notice. They almost like Astra in that, where they can turn something around in seconds.
Yeah, well, I think OGC at the moment, they need to come out hot. To be honest, I think they're one of those teams that as soon as they start firing on all pistons, I've seen from their players, they can take these gunfights going against Envy. That's not the problem here. Tactically, that's another question altogether. We're going to have to wait and see,
Correct.
do they have what it takes to be able to play these essentially angles, holding down your mid coverage and being able to push. I think one of the biggest things in Gunrunner especially is that you want to force those spawns towards the back warehouse on the far side of the railway tracks. And that takes a lot of coordination and skill. But talking about coordination and skill, let's see if the teams have what it takes as we jump into map number 3.
And this is going to be an exciting one. I think the team that wins this is going to believe that they've got the right to take, especially if iEnvy win, they're going to be happy going to another hard point.
Alright, so domination, it does look like we're going to see a fair amount of commitment going towards the B flag at the moment. As Magic will be furthest forward, and unfortunately for him, will get knocked down relatively quickly.
That's a good start. Vivid Sonic with Ugandan Sonic.
Whoa! Sonic, my man, coming up with a 3-piece out of the gate. Huge plays from him.
And they managed to get B. They obviously going to be happy with the fact that they got the A. So I will anticipate, so I'm going to put my money on the fact that iEnvy are going to try and get that A point as quickly as humanly possible. And Keegs is already making that sure. I think he's pushing for A.
Alright.
Oh, White Boy says no.
No, White Boy does say no indeed, as it does look like we've got a swap gameplay. Let me just double check that from my side. There we go. iEnvy currently on the, I believe that's on the left-hand side, so just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we got Magix, who's trying to push a Boiler Nerve, making sure that he doesn't even come remotely close to B. And this is a good hold, but they are neutralizing now. Waffle is going for the secure. They got 3 players committed, so that's a quick rotation and a good headshot by Waffle just to make sure that they secure that.
Absolutely. At the moment, to be honest, Ugandan Sonic, I've just been staying on board with him. The man's been an absolute beast this game. And this is exactly what you want to be able to see from your sub-players. Getting aggressive, becoming a nuisance, and making it very difficult to push the angles at the moment, as Sonic eventually will go down.
Yeah, Klenko says, no, you've had your fun, now it's my turn. And it looks like, well, in another 4 turns, it's going to be equal peggings. And it doesn't look like they are going to be able, OGC is going to be able to take B anytime soon.
Right, as we cross to Nerve at the moment with the submachine gun, it does look like they've currently lost on iEnvy's side not too much ground, to be honest, as they've managed to push this OG side into that back warehouse at the moment. That's going to be a bit tricky for them to try rotate out of, especially with these angles being so well held by iEnvy. And to be honest, iEnvy looks like they've done their homework. They're holding these angles pretty damn well.
Well, if you go from an aerial perspective, Sonic finds himself out of place but getting a kill, so he's going to go on that rotation. He's in control room at the moment, pushing out into water. So he's trying something different and going for the rotation of C. Oh, will Magix find him? No! Keegs will though.
So, but does look like this B site will be temporarily walked over from White Boy, who will have to pull the players back, and that's what you like to see. Now Nerve gets the opportunity to hit the exposed backs of this iEnvy gaming squad.
No, this is good play by both teams, but this is obviously favoring iEnvy at the moment. It is only 10 points, but in terms of domination, it is a bit of a lead. That's 11, now 12 turns. Or ticks.
Alright, so from the iEnvy side of things, it's still going to be a very, very closely fought game as they lose control essentially of that hold. And this is great play here from Nerve, just to throw them off a little bit, almost managed to neutralize the flag. but maybe not hiding his body position well enough there.
Yeah, at least he got a decommit from one of the players in Magic to go and rescue C, but not enough players committing to B, so basically him going down for nothing. And it's always disappointing to see when one of your players makes such a good move, gets at least 1 or 2 players from the opposing team to decommit and go and fix or repair, and then your teammates don't push the point.
Yeah, at the moment, I think iEnvy going to be very happy, especially with that kill feed at the moment, as it all comes out gold in favor of them. And
gold, yeah.
Sarek at the moment from his side of things, just holding it tight with this AR. Oh, what? He's been absolutely unstoppable on the side, but you can see maybe getting a little bit too over-aggressive. Just, you know, firing out without any cover. Just might as well.
Yeah. May as well. I think iEnvy are going to go for the triple cap now. They may as well push for it now with 30 seconds or so left to go. Sorry, yeah, 30 seconds.
Yeah, with 30 seconds to go, you might as well, as iEnvy seemingly very, very solid when it comes down to their domination game. I mean, we asked them about it a little bit earlier, and to be honest, I don't even think they were on the good side.
No, and that's a strange thing. Like I said, I really thought my money would have been on them rotating A point and rotating those spawns early on, but they felt that they didn't need to. Now they'll go into the second half with an advantage in points and position.
All right, so going into this, it is going to be iEnvy with quite the point lead at the moment. And OGC, from their side of things, they're going to have to try recoup, because, I mean, it's going to be tough, especially considering where they're starting from on the second half of the game. And I think they got off to such a fly. It was the perfect start. We asked ourselves that question a little bit early on, what was going to transpire. But to be honest, it just hasn't fallen together. And I want to blame it on kills, but it might just be on positioning at this point in training, because Keegs at this point is still very far behind on his for his team.
And look what Waffle's doing already. Waffle's just got a very important kill on Simp, and he's going to be able to neutralize. I don't think he's going to go for C. He's just going to neutralize and run off it. Yeah, he does that. So that's going to commit another player from OGC, and Waffle is already waiting for him.
All right, so from the overview perspective, we see Envy coming up pretty damn strong. Simp from his side of things trying to push this player off, and it's going to be Waffle who shuts him down yet again. As a white boy getting himself off to a good streak there. He's got 2 in the back pocket. He's alongside Sonic and Nerve, who have 3 apiece. So will this be the hold that they need? Gets out of a very difficult predicament, and unfortunately out of the frying pan and into the oven as he jumps inside Boiler.
Oh, Sonic on a spree of 5.
Yeah. Turns around. Will he be able to get these shots down on Magic? He does, and he gets a call in for some help from his teammate. Magic's currently just holding tight on the bottom of that vent. This is a good hold here from OGC, though. They're slowly getting themselves back into it.
Oh, except Waffle shuts down Sonic at the moment. And Waffle. That is a team wipe. Yeah, so that is going to be an easy rotation or easy capture at that point.
All right, now, here's the question from iEnvy's side. Will they decide to commit towards that C flag? Yes is the answer for one of their players who, it does look like they're going to do 2 players committing. That's 7 and 8 as both players get taken down there by Clanko. And, oof, a little bit of an overextend, which now gives the opportunity for Envy to gain that map pressure and once again to create the line that we saw from half number 1.
Well, Sarek is also taking up a position in mid for anyone. Oh, jeez, like 4. Is that 4 in a row?
Yeah, Clanko went absolutely massive. Unfortunately, wasn't able to capture that on screen, but Keegs is furthest forward for his team. Hopefully going to be able to do something, collect some kills here together as he eventually does go down. Sarek from his side of things, same option. As it does look like furthest forward, it's going to be Nerve from OGC with it all to do.
Well, and they have push. If you can see where OGC is spawning from, it's not going to help their cause at the moment. And Magix was just making a nuisance of himself and finally gets taken down.
All right, so OGC now looks like they'll spawn on the bad side, as this gives them the opportunity to try capture C on the far side. It was Simp just trying to hold that flag, trying to be sneaky, as it does look like a couple of trades will happen outside B. This is a good opportunity now for OGC to push on the flag, but Waffle is here to try shut them down. What is he going to be able to do? Oh, Waffle.
Oh, he does shut him down. So that point only got neutralized, and that assist Giovanni should have been helping Nerve on that point, but he backed off because he thought that someone might have rotated out of control room.
Oh, they run right past each other. They could have given each other a high five on the way, but it does look like they will get taken down. As
Sarek, nice double.
Yeah, good play there from Sarek. As once again, control will be asserted here from this iEnvy roster, as it's Simp just trying to create a little bit of a nuisance of himself on this A flag.
And we are very close to the mathematical point of no return. It's going to have to be a triple cap from pretty much a minute and 20 seconds for OGC to be able to come back in this one.
And will that happen? We're going to have to wait and see. I have my doubts, unfortunately. As it looks like Envy should be walking away with this map number 2 as or their second map, rather. It is map number 3 if you are just joining us. And more than likely heading over to another hard point, which, to be honest, at this point, it could go either way, as it does look like Nerve and Clanko get into the penultimate knife fight.
Well, Clanko on 24 to 16. Yeah. I think that the players are just playing for fun now, so you will see that the kills are going to become a little bit more sporadic. You might see a couple of scopes coming out now.
Simp at the moment going to try hold down that A site, whereas on the opposite side, Magix picks up C, as it's looking like both teams have their rosters fully spread out at the moment. Magic's going to be able to pick up 1, make that 2, as he's just going to be able to make a nuisance of himself at the moment. With that 5 streak is Nerve, but Magic's not too far behind as he's looking to get himself a couple on this streak.
I think both teams, Sarek has been absolutely phenomenal. He's been very underrated on this map. He's had so many clutch plays and avoiding OGC to be able to push onto point. Ooh, a bit of body shooting coming in there from Nerve.
Oh well, a bit of body shooting happens from time to time. You got to let out them frustrations, but Nerve has nothing to be frustrated really about at this point. I mean, I think their team did pretty well. I think that they've got a lot more to be able to work on, especially when it comes down to domination. Once again, I don't think it was a slaying game, even though, yes, towards the end of the game that showcased it. But when we were looking at the halftime score, to be honest, it was more just about the trades on kills, the positional placement, and using your map advantage. And I kind of think that's where it didn't work in favor of this OGC lineup, unfortunately.
100%. Not much difference in terms of KD, but you can see there Nerve working his proverbial off with 8 captures, and then Giovanni with 9 defends, the highest of anyone. Would have liked to see a little bit more from White Boy as well as Keegs. Keegs has been struggling quite a bit since the start of the tournament, though.
All right, so map number 3 will go in favor of iEnvy Gaming. So that means that we're going to revert to hardpoint yet again once we get that set up from our side of things. And going into this hardpoint on Ramaza, I mean, yes, I guess you can say that there's a confidence booster going back to Ramaza, the round essentially where they dominated that search and destroy. But is it going to be enough, do you think, going into this hardpoint? We know it's a respawn game mode, and to be honest, iEnvy have been looking stronger. What are your thoughts going into that, Woot?
I think that whoever controls P1 is an opt for P2. Obviously, the biggest distance covered is between P2 and P3. So I think whoever has a strong P1, because that's 2 easy points to control, and iEnvy are especially good at controlling P2. So I haven't seen OGC on Ramaza for a hard point. So I am leaning towards iEnvy, but again, I hope I'm proven wrong.
All right, so going into this one, I want to find out your predictions in the chat. If you believe OGC have this one, I don't want to say spam OGC. You can just type it once and say what your prediction is. And then if you think iEnvy are going to close this one on a 3-1, let us know. From my side of things, I do want to see game number 5, but it definitely doesn't mean if it does close 3-1 that we don't have more action, because we do, ladies and gentlemen. We've essentially got Pendragon taking on is it Convex? I believe.
Convex.
Going into this next one, so that should be an exciting one. But for right now, it's iEnvy taking on. Jeez, I mean OGC. I feel like that they're like got a hidden talent inside of them. They definitely are a team to contend with. They've got sporadic, amazing plays that were happening. It's just not connecting when it comes down to respawns just yet. But definitely a team to keep an eye on. Let's see if it connects in this map number 4. And let's see if we're going to go to that map number 5 for Search and Destroy. Gonna have to
Yeah,
wait
I
and see.
agree. I think iEnvy's been together a lot longer, obviously, than OGC has, and it's all like I think I've always said that the best thing a team can do is lose together and stay together after that loss, because generally you see as soon as one loss happens, it's a disband, and then everyone gets upset because they thought they were the best ever. So OGC are showing moments of brilliance here, and I do think that they are a very exciting prospect.
Definitely, I have to agree. I mean, from the teams in terms of this group stages, that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be able to highlight teams that potentially are lesser known in terms of the scene and want to be able to make a mark for themselves, especially for the players, right? I mean, this is a great opportunity for you on stream to be able to showcase your stuff. And to be honest, Sonic has been standing out for me from his side of things. And from further from that, I think... was it Johnny from his side also looking very
Oh man,
strong?
brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant, and so calm under pressure. I think Waffle might have his number now. He does. Clank with a double there.
All right, so Clanko coming up big. Now it's all about the initial points on the map that gets so tricky on that bridge. What do you think? Oh, Clanko! We've just
Jeez,
missed out
like
on a 4-piece.
5. He
Yeah.
doesn't stopped. As I go to him, he does.
Yeah, he got the curse indeed there as Clanko looking phenomenal. Now, when it comes down to Ramaza on this hard points, what do you think is going to be the key focus here from these teams?
Well, the key focus is exactly what iEnvy's doing. If you can see their setup already, they've got Serek committed with 20 seconds to go. Nerve is doing a good job in rotation, but I feel it's going to be about early rotations and that anchor doing his job and being able to stay alive before backup.
And looking at the anchors in terms of the teams, who do you think is going to have the more difficult time?
I think, honestly, I think OGC is going to have a difficult time with it because Clanko normally plays that kind of looming anchor role where he just pretty much does whatever he wants but still ends up on point. So I feel sorry for anyone that has to go 1v1 versus him. So yeah, I think it's going to be Nerve and Clanko.
Nerve and Clanko, indeed. They've got quite the task ahead of them. We're going to have to wait and see. Envy now only one game or one round essentially taking the win. So now, in terms of this hard point, this is going to be a must-win here for OGC. The pressure's definitely on, but it does look like they're standing to it as they control the hill at the moment, but it's going to be Magix trying to knock on that door. Great trade there, it has to be said, from OGC, who's holding tight inside the hill, but Waffle, man oh man, absolutely fantastic.
Well, I love being proven wrong. I do feel that OGC should have already committed someone to Barber now for P3. But I said that whoever controls P1 controls P2, and OGC completely proved me wrong as they are in the lead, 57-36.
As you mentioned, now those rotations going in towards Barber at the moment. It does look like it's going to be held by iEnvy. This is going to be a difficult break here coming in from OGC. They've got two options to try rotate through the tunnels or to try push mid. Does look like they'll be able to come out on top of tunnels. That gives them a huge opportunity to push through the front of Barber. The players are managing to stay up front. Let's see how these trades play into the focus. Envy, this is why, once again, that spawn hill is just so strong.
Oh, look at they're spawning right there, so they're able to get onto point. They are committing more players than I would like to the actual point, but there's actually no way to push out to on Barber. It's one of the hardest points to hold from a longitudinal, from a stretching out perspective.
All right, so at the moment from Magix's side, it does look like they come up with almost a full 60-point hold, and that's going to give them the lead here. But now, you've got to take your advantages where you can, and OGC have the early rotations. Will they be able to come up with these important kills? I want to jump on board with Serek, who is furthest forward for iEnvy.
Well, immediately, yeah, Serek is lying down on the floor there. Ooh, has he missed his opportunity? No, he doesn't.
And I love that play there from him. Essentially, not jumping in the hill, not giving away his position, and just making sure that, you know what, if the opposition's going, they need to go into the hill. They need to check that out. And as soon as they jump in, he takes the kill. The spawns you saw almost immediately coming in towards the back of the hill, and great play there from Serek.
Yeah, and it's not this typical camping. It's kill and move, kill and move, kill and move.
At the moment, Clanko's going to be holding down the hill, so Envy, once again, despite getting the later rotations, come up with the must-need kills to come out on top of the hill. OGC from their side of things are dripping through a little bit. It seems one at a time. I mean, even from Sim's perspective at the moment, I'm not too sure what the play is here for him. I guess the play is dying because he's too far away from his teammates really to do too much.
I think he was just trying to prevent the early rotates or the rotates coming out, because you can see for the first time here, OGC's got a really good setup, but that could be undone by Klenko.
Yeah,
it is undone by Klenko.
Klenko walks in and says, "Oh, nice little nest that you guys built here," as he quickly destroys it, takes the eggs and turns it around on them. At the moment, it's Klenko with 4 kills actually in a row. Will he be able to hold this hill? No, Sonic says, "Get out of my hill, son," as he runs his way through at the moment. Waiting for the players from the opposite side to try push through. Waffle will contest. Magic's not going to be able to take him down immediately, but eventually does come up with a kill.
Oh, and Sim getting a nice kill there. So they can get on hill now.
24 seconds.
And less Waffle.
Oh,
actually, yeah. This is rotation time. And look, it has been done well by OGC, but look at that spawn there for iEnvy. They're ready for P1, and they got the aerial perspective.
Yeah, I mean, from their side of things, it's going to be difficult to break that, especially from that entire line. But it does look like all 3 players get taken down there from iEnvy, if you take a look at that bottom left-hand corner of your map. So this is going to be huge here from the OGC lineup to try jump in the hill. And it's all about the kill trades at the moment. Serek's doing a huge roll from...
And then it's done. Yeah. Serek does the same thing to them.
And
Klenko doing his thing.
From essentially what some might dub Heaven Side at the moment, Serek will throw in the grenade, jump down low, eventually does get traded out, so nobody's on the hill at the moment, but early trades will come out. Furthest forward, White Boy, he's got a big task in front of him as he eventually does get locked down, and this is going to have to be a full team rotation coming in here from OGC towards next hill. As furthest back, once again, we mentioned the anchor, Waffle. He's got a big role to play here.
Well, I think they're doing well. You can actually see that they've taken quite a few points, and they've brought the deficit now. It'll be within 15 or so points. And they've managed to get... White Boy could have done some real damage there, but you can see they did take P2 quite quickly last time. So if they could do that again, it's going to be lead for OGC.
I mean, OGC is doing well to stay in this one. Envy have been looking pretty solid from their side, but in terms of the points differential, we're only looking at around about 30 points between the two. And from Waffle's side of things, rotating through the back, will he be able to come up with that kill? That's absolutely clutch for him as he buys a little time for his teammates to follow their way through, throws out the Simtex, that's not going to be able to connect. Will once again sit in the back doorway. Waffle lays down essentially the steam iron and connects, as it does look like Nerve is backed up in the corner. Will Waffle be able to hold essentially his Nerve? No, Nerve does.
And that was well played by Klenko. If Klenko had gone down there, they would have got the remainder of those points. So iEnvy will be extremely happy with P2 now. But it is OGC who are getting the early rotator Barber and making the same mistake that OGC did in the beginning.
All right, now OGC from their side, they've got Barber. Will they be able to hold it? This full 60 points will put them back pretty much even. It's just about holding the hill and cutting down any players trying to lurk their way through. Great position here from Sonic. Will throw down the Simtex grenade and connects with one. From his side of things, he's doing a huge amount of work just to slow down the push from the opposition. They can't push as a coordinated unit when they're getting flanked from the side. This is a fantastic hold here from OGC.
This is a great hold. They've been killing everyone in there that's come through archers. And finally, they go down. So we will have Keegs is going to push onto site. Magix gets another kill. And that will be the side. Serek and Clank are going to be able to push and hold.
I don't know how they're going to feel about that. Coming in with that heal with 35 points roundabout. And the rest might be filtering into the back pocket of iEnvy. So they're going to need another early rotation and a big hold. But going on that rotation at the moment is Waffle. Waffle's got a huge gunfight to try come out on top of, and he does exactly that from his side. So now number 3, it's going to be Simp trying to work his way in. As OGC, they do have the early hold. Waffle got top right.
I don't think they'll be too upset with the scraps. I think it was more scrappy points that was left there for iEnvy, but if they don't hold this now, this is the dice.
Well, sometimes scrap points can make or break a game, and at the moment it's going to be Nerve on the staircase. And they've got to try hold tight. I mean, Keegs will get taken out. Good hold so far from OGC. They definitely not out of this one as the player jumps into heal. But somebody from OGC needs to start collecting these points. It seems they all sporadically jump in, and that's not what you want. You don't want too many players in heal. You want them surrounding the area, clearing out those kills, because then it just becomes an easy point and shoot. And that's exactly what it was from iEnvy. They broke into the heal, they knew the players were remaining, but now OGC, you need to move in. Does look like the tunnels will get held here from White Boy. However, he's panic knives in midair. And OGC pick up the scraps. Will they be able to come out clutch? I think we need to jump on board with Johnny from his side. He's been prolific in terms of coming out clutch when he needs to. Picks out one. The second's not going to be able to follow up. And this is going to be iEnvy with the hold.
Oh, Nerf.
Not going to be enough from Nerf either. So it's the drip, drag coming in from OGC. But it's not seemingly going to be enough, as it does look like iEnvy are going to be able to clutch up when they need to.
And that is going to be the game towards iEnvy. I wanted to say Nerve had done so well on that previous point and could have done something. If they'd won, it would have been because of that play. But well played, iEnvy.
Definitely well played to them. And got to be said, I mean, OGC, I don't think that they were completely out of that one. They looked absolutely prolific when they needed to. They came up strong with some plays. However, from their side, it seems like it's always temperamental. It's the consistency that we're lacking at the moment, and we need to be able to see a little bit more of that. They've obviously got a lot of time to be able to build towards that, whether that's on the challenger side of things or when it comes down to the Premier. But for right now, it is going to be iEnvy essentially winning that group stage match. That's absolutely important. And then further from that, I think when it comes down to who did what in that game, let's have a look at that scoreboard. Johnny, 30 kills for his team with 1 minute of time in the heal. Fantastic. But you got to look at Clanko on the other side. Definitely the player of that that round.
Definitely. I think that OGC can walk away or move away from this game with their head held high, with their heads held high, especially after the first hard point. I think, if I can remember, it was only 135 to 250, somewhere around there. And this was such a different game that they played. If they just had late game temperament or late game plays there, they could have easily taken that and made it a map 5. So well played both teams, well played OGC, but team on the night, definitely, and obviously iEnvy.
Yeah, fantastic plays there from iEnvy. And when it comes down to the score report, we can prop that up live, as it was OGC essentially going up against iEnvy in that group stage. Now, unfortunately for them, it does look like they've got a tough road ahead, to be honest. I mean, when it comes down to the group stage, it's all about contesting for that top 2. And if I can actually quickly bring that up from my side of things, I'd like to just be able to jump onto the ACGL website and have a little bit of an overview of the group, so we can just have a little bit of an idea of what is happening, who's going to be those top 2 teams progressing through to Premier. Because, I mean, already we're quite far down the fixture line.
Yeah, and well, you obviously want to win every single game that you can, but you also don't want to be the team that just made it through. You want to be the team that dominated, because temperament in this game is everything, and confidence going into your next game, as Astra showed us over and over and over. You want to ride that success. So we'll see. I don't know if you found that graphic, but it'd be very interesting to see where OGC sits, because I would like to see more of them.
At the moment, OGC is sitting, essentially, they've lost 1 game, but they've got a very, very tough group. Their group is White Rabbit Gaming, iEnvy, Motion Esports Alpha, OGC, and Red Gaming. Now, probably going into a tight battle there between Motion Esports, iEnvy, and White Rabbit as favorites in that group. And to be honest, I feel like this might be one of the toughest groups to come out of in that top 2.
Yeah, there's always got to be that one group where it's heavily contested. Unfortunately, they found themselves in that group. I think that they can turn White Rabbit a hugely successful and massively good team, but I think they could do it against White Rabbit if they bring out a couple of the players, especially Johnny and Sonic. I think they can do it. Well, but time will tell. Time will definitely tell.
As for right now, from my side of things, I think we've set an early stage here for the teams. We've casted some of the games so far. Woot, it's been fantastic being able to cast with you for this one game. I'm sure we'll be able to jump into some more a bit later into the segment of the competition. But further from that, I think, is there anything that you want to see a little bit more from the series in terms of the players, in terms of being able to just see I don't know, maybe it's more plays, maybe it's just more action, maybe it's just being able to see more local content.
I think local content definitely, but I've always maintained that people should be watching the pros and trying to emanate the tactics that they're using. I still feel that we have a little bit of a I don't know, our own flair of the game where it's all, you know, like the South African soccer many years ago, where it's all about skill and not the play. So I think if teams start to play together and there's actually preset players where they work on, I know the guys don't obviously get as much time as the professionals to practice those plays, but even mirroring those tactics and actually evolutionizing, or hopefully that's a word, but you know, just taking our game to the next level so that we can say we do have a top team that can actually compete on a world stage.
Yeah, I think that comes with time. I think one of the most important things is, from a personal angle, we always want to compare ourselves internationally, which is difficult as a yardstick, right? I mean, even trying to develop that yardstick of going, cool, who can we compete against internationally to see how we stand? I mean, that trip has been taken a couple of times in the Call of Duty history, and I think one of the most successful trips was, I think, of that Bravado gaming team that went over.
Yeah.
I think further from that, I mean, we can go into history of XTAS and what they were able to do from their side as well, but I feel we need to first work on our internals, make sure our players are highlighted, and we need to look at the African scene, because there are teams actually in Africa when it comes down to Call of Duty that are not even necessarily competing locally against us. And that's exciting for me. That really does mean that, you know what, it'll be nice to turn Africa on, and then from that side we can start looking internationally, because we might have the best teams in Africa here, but we also might not. And I think we've seen that with some other scenes as well. When it came down to the fighting game scene, for example, we thought South Africa was the bee's knees when it came down to Mortal Kombat. No. Zambia was the country that really rose to the front. And I want to be able to see a bit more of that. So time will tell. We only can hope, and thanks to everybody for the support. But for right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut to a short break and get ready for, I believe it's going to be game number 2. Woot, thank you so much for joining me here today. And maybe if you want to shout out to the people where they can follow you and get hold of you.
Basically, all my tags are at Woodini, from Twitch to YouTube to Instagram and Facebook. So yeah, I'll be casting some of the uncasted games as well, just because I love casting. But yeah, thanks everyone for supporting, and thanks Nick for allowing me the opportunity to join you today.
An absolute pleasure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut to a break as we get ready for game number 2. I'll be joined by the Zack Attack himself as we get ready for that one. We'll be right back in a bit. Cheers.
So fast, all tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to pit on my life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I've no patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
Hello.
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to. It does look like once again the naming convention didn't come up in time, but there we go, Zach. You are sorted. Welcome to. How you doing, my man?
Man, how are you, Holden?
I'm keeping well this side. Of course, we've got an exciting game here. It's going to be Convex taking on Pendragon. And Zach, I mean, from your side of things, have you seen anything from these teams in the past?
Definitely seen a couple games of Pendragon. They're a pretty solid team. Of course, they have some roster changes that are recently been implemented. But yeah, it's pretty nice to see. Not that much from Convex, but I know a couple of players. But yeah, It's my first time seeing Convex's side.
All right, well, jumping into this one, it's going to feel like you're going a little bit squint when you have a little bit of a look at the map's layout. It's Gunrunner, Gunrunner, and some more Gunrunner. We've got essentially 3 of those maps in a row. Then we're jumping to the yard that is Hackney. And then we're going to Arkcliff Peak to finish things off, if it is going to be a game number 5. Now, maybe just talking about that from a game's perspective of, what are your thoughts? Are we going to go all the way to game number 5 in terms of this contest?
Honestly, I would say Pendragon as a team-wise in respawns, not the strongest, but towards the S&D, I've seen them play a couple games. They are quite strong with the S&D, but then again, I haven't seen that much from Convex themselves. But I would say possibly a 3-2, maybe a map 5 at the further stretch, but I wouldn't say so.
All right. Well, I mean, while the teams get ready, I mean, they had a very, very quick time to make the transition, so we'll give them a couple of seconds. But from your side of things, in terms of the competition thus far, you've been enjoying yourself. I know you've been checking out some of the games and been able to try cast some of them. What are your thoughts on the series so far?
So I'm enjoying it. I've casted a couple of games, but that wasn't on the ACGL stream. But I've been enjoying this. This league has brought the community back together. Obviously, we have had a pretty dry year of COD when it comes to events wise due to this virus and a lot of things prior to that. But hopefully this has brought our community back together, which it has, and we managed to enjoy ourselves now doing this league. This clash, sorry.
Absolutely. I mean, when it comes down to the league, it's great to be able to see all these teams come together. In terms of teams to look out for, maybe some of the underdogs going into this, is there anybody that you would recommend that we keep an eye on?
Worldstar's team is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I know they recently picked up an AR player called Claw, who I recently seen from Axis Gaming, who recently left the scene. But yeah, they recently picked him up, and I'm seeing OGC were pretty decent in that S&D. Obviously, it wasn't too bad afterwards with the HPs, but that's something that they can work on and obviously come back stronger next time.
100%. I mean, I think World Stars has been one of those teams that everybody has been saying, you know, you got to keep an eye on them. They're definitely going to be able to rise to the challenge. And when it comes down to who's going to qualify for those premieres, I think those are going to be some heated games. I mean, we've got the top 8 teams essentially in the country. Yes, over 18. I know all under 18 guys, please don't throw stones. There is a long-term plan here, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm sure we're going to be able to see a lot from their side of things. But when it comes down to the group that you're going to be watching right now, I mean, Pendragon, as well as, I believe, their opposition Convex going into this. Convex have already won one of their games, whereas Pendragon, unfortunately, they've actually lost out on one of their games. So they're in a group with Unify, who's played 3 and won 3, whereas from Convex's side, they're in second place currently, but it's almost tied out with Luna, that is just behind them, and then Pendragon falling behind. So Pendragon have a little bit of work to do.
Certainly. Obviously, you do want to get those wins because, as Houdini was saying it prior, you don't want to be the last person that barely just qualifies. You want to be at the top, and you want to make sure that you get to that division that you need to secure your spot for the next season.
100%. I mean, even going into that next season, who knows at this point if we're getting a new COD, right? I mean, we're all scratching our head. We're wondering.
Where is our new teasers coming in?
It's around about, I think it's been around about like a month delay in terms of where we were last year in terms of the announcements. And I mean, there was a leak a little bit earlier. They were saying that it's going to be Black Ops Cold War. And dude, to be honest, I don't mind that. Like, it means that we're not going to be doing any crazy modern jetpacks. I'm going to go like
Yeah.
this because I'm not the biggest Jetpacks fan. I'm not about that scuff life. I play claw. And I heard another rumor. How's this? I mean, I know I've been on my harp here for a while going, hey guys, I don't know 5v5 if it's the best thing in the world. And I've been getting a lot of flack for it. But there's been some rumors that we might be going to 4v4 next year. I don't know though. I don't know.
I've heard those rumors as well, and it'd be pretty interesting, obviously. Not just the African Gaming League, but of course the overseas, the CDL themselves, and all these leagues. Like they all signed up. Like everyone's known to like. Well, they have comforted by this 5v5, and now 4v4. That'll be very interesting. But then again, those are just rumors.
Yeah, the rumor mill is spinning in full force, and we're just going to have to wait and see. For right now, from the ACGL side of things, we'll try our best to keep ourselves updated. But going into the league, I think there's definitely a couple of teams that we need to be able to look at. I mean, Phoenix and I believe Astro on their side of things have been giving us a hell of a show, and they've kind of set the tone of saying, you know what, this is going to be a league full of rivalries. Going into this group, I think when it comes down to the two teams that we're going to be able to see today, once again, I want to see those undercover players, you know, those ones that might be the future stars of tomorrow. Pendragon as well as Convex, I'll raise my hand. I have never seen these two teams play in my life before, but here's a huge opportunity for us to do that. I mean, are you aware of any other players from either one of these teams?
I know from Convex we have Sethi and Prodigy. So I've seen those two play around. Prodigy is a sub player for them, so I would really want to see how his SMG skills match up towards Pendragon. Of course, I know Pendragon have certain amount of players there, such as Rendez and I believe it's Sean. But yeah.
So, I mean, it's a little bit of a mix and match from some of the squads that I've seen of old. Of course, now is an opportunity for them to be able to stand up and show themselves. And when it comes down to those respawn game modes, once again, I think those have been proving to be the differential here, as we saw it a little bit earlier there with OGC. I'm not too sure if you're keeping an eye on those games from your side of things. Proved to be a little bit of a tight contest, and that's what we'd love to see. Still, we haven't quite found the game number 5 just yet. We've had essentially, I think, 2 best of 3s, and then we've essentially had a game number 4 that we just watched. Will this be game number 5? We'll have to wait. But I also want to find out from you guys in the chat, who do you think is going to be able to come out on top? I'm going to quickly cut to a short break as we get just to look at exactly what these teams are. Basically, guys, I'm going to shout at them for not being in the lobby just yet, but we'll get to that in just a bit as we get ready for the next match. We'll cut to a short break.
got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm, of course, joined by Zach himself here today, and we're getting ready for the game. It is going to be Pendragon taking on this Convex squad, and I think we're going to be in for a very tight one. Zach, how are you feeling about jumping into this?
Bro, I'm excited. I'm happy to be here, and I'm interested to see what both these teams can do against each other.
All right, I do apologize. I've also brought up the incorrect maps, but we do have Gunrunner 3 times in a row. That is going to be hard point at the moment as we get ourselves ready. It looks like the players have given me the thumbs up, so that's fantastic to be able to see from our side. Before we jump in, Zach, I've got a very important question for you. What is your prediction?
3-1 to Convex.
Ooh,
I would say.
Okay.
I would say 3-1 to Convex. But hey, there's a lot of upsets that can be caused in this game, so
Absolutely.
a lot of things can happen.
I want to go 3-2. I feel like I'm just going to go with Pendragon. I like dragons. It's happening. All right. So without further ado, I believe that we are starting up the game from our side of things. So this is going to be it. It's Convex taking on Pendragon on Gunrunner. And we've seen this map a little bit earlier on, but now going into this, the second iteration, we've got essentially the mammoth task of who is going to be able to take this one. I want to find out your answers in the chat. Please keep me posted.
Certainly, and it's starting off on a Gunrunner, which I believe they love this map a lot. So coming from Convex's side, got mixed up with the names there. But yeah, so obviously you're gonna make sure that you want those P1s, but also the rotation for P2 on this map, most certainly.
All right. So at the moment, it is going to be Pendragon on the right-hand side, I believe, and then we've got Convex on the left.
Certainly, and who are you starting off on this part right now? We're watching through.
At the moment, I haven't jumped on anybody just yet, but I think I'm going to jump on board with Cloudy, who seems to be kicking things off pretty well for this Pendragon lineup.
Just as you said that, unfortunately gets taken out right there, but Prodigy pretty much going big for his team right now. But Jean is on point currently as he just gets into a gunfight with Simon, but he does get taken out. Certainly, it just needs to be onto control for Pendragon themselves as they go onto that P2 rotation, but it looks like for the other team, Convex, they want to say no for that rotation currently.
Yeah, they definitely want to shut them down there, that side, but it's also difficult to try hold this area, especially when there's so much back and forth trading taking place. But Cloudy does well for him and his team, as it does look like Pendragon should be able to hold down this one for right now. Starting things off, Cloudy currently going 8-2, Zach.
Spawn massive right there, and he's trying to secure that spawn to watch over by that bottom staircase, silver staircase, to make sure no one's going to come in from that flank there. He's securing his team. He's making sure best he can do, and he's about to get an engagement very soon, and he wins it off that point. Fortunately gets taken off that streak that he had right there. Oh, suddenly the P2 has been secured by Pendragon themselves, and now it's up to Convex Gaming to break that line and get through there.
So, I mean, from Pendragon's start, I mean, pretty good from there, and I mean, maybe going against what you predicted, Zach.
Hey, there's a lot of upsets. I guess I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to be the one that's upset it tonight.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see. It's still an early start here. No worries on that end. But I think it is a very, very exciting opportunity to see, to be honest, upsets abound, because at the moment, to be honest, the standout player for Pendragon, Cloudy, he's, man, I mean, he's looking like an absolute machine. As he's currently 14-5, almost got triple amount of kills than anybody else in the field.
Can't say the same for Winzo on Convex's side.
Let's not look at
going
him.
0-9. 0-9. But Cloudy is making sure that his teammates are secure at the point, and Render is just holding in that point, sucking up all that time while they're getting ready already to make that number 6, Mr. Shaq Kilo, who's already going in for that rotation, but it seems like he said no, he wants to come and get those kills, and he's pushing them out to a point right there. Unfortunately, they have taken back that point right now, but Cloudy's going massive. This man is really doing something wonders for his team right now.
At the moment, the man is staying grounded, as it does look like he will get taken out eventually. On the opposite side of things, Winst. I have to. I'm sorry, I'm too intrigued. I have to jump on board with him just to see what is happening. Because at the moment, it's not looking too good. The trophy system also not going to be able to connect. Jumps around the corner, spots out 1. Yes! Winst! He is off the mark with 2.
Well done to him. He's finally got a kill, and 2 of those. 2 minutes short of that right now they just need to make sure that they push through and they break this hill, because it's coming into Convex's hole. But how fast can they push through? Because it seems like Pendragon is oh, he's missing a couple of bullets there, as Pendragon is coming to secure that point right there. It's unfortunate for them.
Alright, at the moment Pendragon, I mean, they've gotten off to a little bit of a flyer. Now Convex, can they start pulling or reining their opposition backs? At the moment they've gonna try to shut down Cloudy. He's actually on top side at the moment, and just beaming with this MP5 in hand.
And he's still going off right now. He's gonna go into that boiler control, probably get into engagement, but as I say that, the curse has fallen upon me just to kill him right there, unfortunately. But they got good spawns right now, so that's pretty good.
Pretty decent, as at the moment Convex trying to wrap around. Prodigy's got himself into a very important position from this backside, as they do manage to regain some kind of control over the hill. Cloudy! Oh my gosh, you are just a dirty, dirty player, aren't you?
Certainly, and he's about to get the second, possibly, as he notices one person has gone through, and I believe that is Sethi. But Sethi is taking care of Shax the Killer. His teammates going off, and Shax is also going off right there with that 3 skill streak. And Cloudy's gonna push out, and he's about to get, but no, his teammates got him covered right there. Rendez defeat is Pendragon's timer right now, and Cloudy is about to get into a gunfight, but loses it right there.
Essentially, the Dragon started floating in on Cloudy, and he kept them up for a while. But now it does look like Shax as well as Renders, they're putting in some good work. I can't really fault Gene or Slimeballer either. I mean, from their side of things, the whole squad really coming together and now essentially tripling the score of their opposition. Pendragon definitely wants to be able to look out for.
Yeah, 100%. And as well, talking about that score right now, they're not in the best sites for Convex Gaming, but Pendragon seem to be dominating with the hard point right now, and they just making sure that every point is secured, and Cloudy himself doing his work for his teammates, unfortunately getting Sethi over there, taking that 2-piece, but at this point right now, they need to make sure that just as P1 is secured for Convex, P2 is about to be secured, because they definitely need that rotation as well, but it seems like Pendragon are holding it pretty well.
I mean, Evax and Sethi, the only 2 players really remaining positive at the moment for Evax, where, to be honest, I'm not too sure if from Winst and I believe Prodigy's side of things, if they're just letting themselves go too quickly, maybe getting caught into the moment and getting too excited. I think from Pendragon's side, we've been seeing them hold their angles very well, and here's a case in point where Renders sits next to Cloudy, and Cloudy comes up with a massive 2-piece yet again, as the rest of his team are left to catch up essentially on his kill lead.
Yeah, most certainly. And right now, as you said, they're just having a bit of a stinker right now in the beginning of the match. As we see Prodigy trying to finalize that kill there, but unfortunately he's still gonna lose. He gets it finally, but he needs to make sure that he breaks through. Obviously 45 seconds left in this point right now, and he needs to get into that back of the rotation, and they have to get some points, because they definitely need that to go up right as he manages to pick up that kill right there. It's not looking too good for Convex, but Rendez is going pretty much massive. Let's see if he can continue, but Prodigy is right there to watch him.
Alright, at the moment they try to retake the hill, does this Convex lineup, and with a little bit of scrap time in the back pocket, they'll take that. They'll take that quite happily. But at the moment, the furthest player forward, Prodigy, he's got a lot to do on his shoulders as he tries to come through the back. But this is what I don't like here from Convex. They're dripping in one at a time and finding themselves in the back.
they definitely need to be in that. They need to push as a team rather than just going single-handedly in point. And obviously, Prodigy right there showing off where he just gets direct impacted as a death by himself. It seems like it's just pushing in, and who's just trying to break through and make it contested at just that point. So they are getting pretty much desperate at that point. And they definitely need to be taking a backseat back.
Yeah, I mean, from Pendragon's side of things, I think the thing that they're doing well is that they're breaking kills as a unit. They seemingly have coordinated pushes. They make sure that they don't overextend. Right now, you can see them basically playing heady glitch on Cole. And further from that, they're just making sure that they can defend their angles. And as soon as they get that clear, they push forward then. Whereas from Convex's side, they're a little bit more loose in terms of their push. They're seemingly just going together as a unit sporadically when they all just happen to be in the same area, but it doesn't ever seem like it's a coordinated push.
Seems like, as you were saying, coordinated push, it's just they're going off all directions possible to try and make sure that point is broken right there. And Slimeball going pretty much massive, trying to hold up the point, and he's going to get a clear sight of that double kill. Almost, but unfortunately his teammate there is there to back him up, and that's what you're going to need, your team to hold your point and secure it with you. Obviously there's only needed one in point, but to break that hill you need to work together as a unit, and certainly it hasn't been shown at the brightest high Convex gaming right now. But hey, hopefully they'll learn, and as they're going through this match, to understand what can be done.
Well, from
they break it.
Yeah, I mean, from Pendragon's side, I mean, let's have a look at the kills department. Every single one of their players almost above the 25 kills marks. We're just waiting for Slimeballer to try and achieve that. All of them have a decent amount of heal time, except for Cloudy, but we can forgive him because, let's be honest, the man has been floating in around and raining chaos on the map entirely. But further from that, Convex, I mean, you're looking towards Winston and Lucid at the moment, and you're going, guys, need to step it up a little bit.
Definitely, Winst isn't having a fun time right now in Convex. And certainly as Shax the Kilo is making his points in the back there, Lucid stopping him midway through. But yeah, overall as a team, those two don't seem to be doing that well on this map currently. But let's hope that they can regain themselves and push forward.
Yeah, well, from Pendragon's thing, it's just about trying to close this one out. But that being said, Convex are not ruling themselves out just yet. It seems like there's a little bit of a resurgence here coming from the team. 3 players currently inside this hill, racking up those points, making it difficult for Pendragon. And where was this Convex when we started things off?
Yeah, definitely. They certainly just something kicked into their head saying, hey, we need to work together as a team. Hey, we need to make sure that all angles are covered and we can't be broken through easily, just like they've been doing it for past rotations. And now they're holding it pretty strong, but the question is how they'll get to that next rotation, which it seems to be very good on their side, as Mr. Prodigy himself is stacked up onto that position right now.
Alright, so now having a little bit of oversight here, it does look like those first rotations going to be put in favor of Pendragon, but this mid hold is always a little bit of a tricky one. We'll see a lot of back and forth between these two teams. Wince jumps on the heel, and unfortunately for him, will get traded out quite quickly. Lucid stepping it up slowly but surely from his side, as so is Wince. They're trying to redeem themselves towards the latter stage of this game. There's a player currently inside the hill. They're not going to be able to find them. This looks like a whole bunch of chaos going in between the smoke at the moment, as it does look like 2 players from Convex will get taken down. Not enough ammo in your weapon, good sir. Make sure you check your reload as Pendragon look to close this one out, and that's exactly what they do as they come up with the win. And that is not how you spell Pendragon, everybody. That's Pendragon, just by the way. Pops up onto your screen as they take the 1-0 on map count.
Today they held those hills pretty well. They understood what was going on, and they took advantage of Convex Gaming's single-handled pushes just through by themselves, and they understood what to do, cover the angles, and work together as a team around the point itself.
All right, so there we go. It is going to be Pendragon essentially taking that map number 1. And maybe going against the grain of some predictions in there. I'm not too sure if you were the only one to predict that, Zach. But let's see what happens. Game number 2 is still very much up for play. And going into that, it's going to, of course, be some search and destroy. Things are going to slow down a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. But that doesn't mean that the action will stop. As once again, we go to Gunrunner. So I don't need to change the map, which is fantastic to see from my side of things. And let's just have a look. It does look like we'll also have a swap inside. So we need to make sure that that is done. Multitasking made easy, And let's also make sure that Pendragon is spelled correctly, because that's just a little bit disappointing, isn't it? All right. So, as we cross to going into the search and destroy, any thoughts from your side, Zach?
I'm not gonna lie, I was let down by Convex. I did not expect that by Pendragon, but hey, I mean, I could have been blinded fool. Could be saying, hey, this could be changed up, but yeah, it wasn't a very good start from Convex. Let's see how the S&D goes right now. I'm just praying that they get up to a W, at least on this map, so let's see how it goes. But then again, Pendragon's falls as a defense. They were holding that HP pretty well, but it's probably different when it comes to respawns compared to single life matters on the point right here.
All right, I think the big thing there from Convex of what they can take out of that one is that they had a little bit of a resurgence going into the latter stages of that map, actually bringing things together as a unit. And I mean, from their side of things, if there are two players, which was, I believe, Lucid as well as Winst, if they managed to turn things on from their side, I think that would have been a different game entirely. Maybe they can put it down and just say, you know what, I had a bad game, right? I had a bad game. It happens to everybody. Can we move forward from here? That is the question that needs to be answered right now in map number 2. As once again, we're going to revert to Gunrunner. So if this is your first time joining us, this is not a one-map game, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. There are some other maps. It's just what they went through when it came down to the veto process. But for right now, it does look like the teams are ready. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, search and destroy predictions. I'm going to say, I'm going to go Convex 6-4. I don't know why. Don't ask me for details. But what are your thoughts going into this one, Zach?
I was actually I was thinking it from the beginning of like as soon as that HP ended, 6-4 to Convex as well.
Okay. All right. So 6-4. I guess let's see if we are right or wrong in our choices. But when it comes down to Gunrunner, search and destroy, a lot of long range sites to be able to work with. If you're going to be pushing through that mid, that is absolutely huge. In towards showers, and let's see from a top angle perspective if any of these teams are going to get aggressive early on.
Yeah, most certainly. And you got to make sure that you as an attacker don't. Ooh.
That does look like we've got wrong team side, so we'll cut that out and we'll end that game. So we'll just hold tight. So from our side of things, I think the teams need to make sure that when they're going into this one that they've got some clear thoughts of how they're going to attack this. Are they going to start this very aggressively with a lot of speed, trying to push through mid, trying to gain that mid control? What a lot of teams say is the key point in terms of trying to win Gunrunner in a search and destroy. And as well, I mean, from that far left-hand side, from the attacking side, you can get some decent sniping shots down that left-hand angle, even towards ramp. So any kind of plays that you want to be able to see when we go to this Gunrunner search and destroy?
Would like to see some snipes, 100%, and of course the ARs doing their job as the distance players, especially on towards the right side of oil near the tree by Gunrunner by blue crates. There's obviously going to be a lot of people going to be watching through, and then the smoke plays eventually. Maybe a ninja defuse. It's always fun to see those, so let's see how that goes.
That's hopeful. That's hopeful, but definitely I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it. As the ninja diffusers, they always get me very, very excited. Let me just double check here from my side of things. The teams are just asking some requests, so we'll make sure that we can get to them. We'll cut to a short break, ladies and gentlemen, as we kick off with map number 2 of game number 2. It's Pendragon taking on this Convex gaming squad.
your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and sound.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is, of course, game number 2 for this evening, map number 2. As at the moment, we're just analyzing the teams and seeing exactly what they need changed on their side. We want to make sure that this is the fairest opportunity for them to be able to compete. At the moment, there was just a couple of questions with regards to hosts, which we're currently looking at from our side of things, and we'll make sure that we keep you updated. But as far as that goes, game number 1, when it came down to the two teams, I think it sets a fair tone for the start of the games at the moment in terms of saying I don't necessarily think that this is just a one-sided match by any means. It just relies on teams just switching on a little bit, as we saw a couple of players lagging behind early, and that really ended up costing Convex, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, due to that, but connection issues, nothing you can do about that, unfortunately. But it happens. But yeah, certainly Convex didn't show the greatest start off, but hopefully in this CD, Search and Destroy, we are safe to go with them.
Yeah, for right now, it does look like we'll have a change of host, so we'll be brought into that game. But once again, maybe just to take one step back before we take one step forward, is have a look at these maps of exactly what is going to be taking place. Of course, we've got Search and Destroy on Gunrunner. Then on Domination, we're going to head to Gunrunner yet again. Then we're going to be going to Hackney Yard. And then, of course, Arklow Peak, Search and Destroy. One of my favorite maps to watch when it comes down to Search and Destroy. I'm not too sure if it's one of my favorite Search and Destroys to play at times, because I just like rushing and there's just too many long open sites.
It's definitely it's a fun map. I enjoy Arklow as well. But the only one thing that I struggle with is with the rushing, because there's always a sniper. And the sniper, whether that be in deep trenches or on top of hostile, he's always waiting and lurking for you to get that shot on you and just stop you in your tracks.
100%, and there's been some fantastic sniping that we've seen. I mean, I think from game day number 1, where we saw Phoenix taking on Astra, I believe it was Mickey, with some fantastic shots with the sniper rifle, and that's the kind of stuff that we definitely want to be able to see. And going into this, once again, we're just currently waiting for the teams to get themselves sorted. We want to give them a fair opportunity before we jump into game number 2. Now, breaking down into this Search and Destroy, we talked a little bit about the mid control. What do you think the teams need to focus on?
Certainly, they definitely need to make sure that that bomb is down, but that their team rotates at their positions and that they are there for the support to check out all angles. Because if one team is just looking off on a certain angle, there's always a part where this map here, Gunrunner, can just swoop through those angles and just come through and get that easy 2-piece and possibly drop the bomb down there. And if bomb is down and someone knows where it is, that's obviously the advantage from the defense side to make sure that, hey, we know what it is. Now we can stack up and see where our positions are for those to get that chance to take them off one by one.
100%. And I think that's one of the most important things that teams need to keep a focus on is when it comes down to those 1v1 trades, is that in Search and Destroy, we've seen a lot of teams utilize the double peak of when one player goes far side, one player goes near, and essentially that just gives them an opportunity to trade out a kill. And that's what I really want to see a little bit more from when it comes down to how these players get themselves set up in the game. Zach, from your side of things, I think you should be able to have an invite if you want to be able to have a look. I know trying to do the multi-focus thing is always a little bit tricky at times.
I got the invite from Prodigy. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So it does look like we have the invites and we should be almost ready to go, but I'll just double check to make sure that we are indeed codcasting, hopefully from their side. I'm not too sure if they jumped in a little bit too early, but we'll have a look from that end. But once again, if you're just joining us, it is currently Pendragon taking on Convex, and from Convex's side of things, a little bit of a slow start, but we need to make sure that when it comes down to Pendragon, that let's see if they're going to be able to keep it going. For right now, I'm just going to double check from the team's perspective of exactly what is going down. As it looks like they're just going for a connection test, as you can see with the teams at the moment. But when it comes back to us on screen, we're going to just make sure that they're happy with the connection. Once again, these teams are essentially playing for quite a bit that is on the line. I mean, going into the Premier Division and just maybe given an opportunity here to break this down, there's 10,000 Rand in cash up for grabs in Premier and 3,000 Rand in Challenger. So either way, you've got a route to prize money, which is always great to see. It has gives an opportunity for players no matter what. We're going to give it our best. We're going to give it our all. And who knows, we might still have a road to winning.
You definitely want to make sure that you get those wins and that you get up there, because hey, if you made it that far, you pushed through all those teams, there's a possibility of cash coming on, and who doesn't love a bit of cash at the end of the day, huh?
100%. And I think from these teams, we are hoping to be able to see a little bit more. And this is going to be a lovely test case for us going forward in terms of the league, being able to elaborate on it and take it a little bit further, and hopefully being able to develop this down the line with a relationship with Activision as well, of course. And for us, it's all about the long term. I think we've kind of proven that side from our end in terms of being an organization that's not necessarily here for a wham bam thank you. And it's one of those things that we want to make sure that we're sticking around, and I think we have done so. We want to be able to do a lot more, and also in terms of our communities of old and communities of new, I think that there's a lot of room for us to be able to grow. Further from that, I mean, Zach, from your side of things, I know you joined the community, well, in comparison, I guess from my side of things, a little bit later. But from your side of things, how's the community been from your side, and what have you been enjoying from it?
Been enjoying it, honestly. I joined in pretty much at the end of Black Ops 4. I remember watching you cast at my couch when I was just watching it on my laptop. Well, it was, I believe it was the Telcom VS? Was it that one that you
That wouldn't have been me.
Oh, sorry, then. My bad. I definitely have seen your cast, though, and you were fantastic as that as well. You and Dallas, which I applaud you all. To be casting with you as well, it's like pretty much like a fanboy moment. I know it's weird, but like to me, it's like, hey, I see you on my laptop. Not weird, but like I mean, like, hey, I watched you on my laptop in like a non-creepy way. But yeah, it's pretty much cool. I've enjoyed God Said Hey.
Stop creeping on me, Zach. Damn it! Why are you being so creepy, Zach? No, but that's absolutely perfect. I understand exactly where you're coming from, but I think it's one of those things. Once again, is that it's a little bit stop and start sometimes with the community, but we are hopefully going to be able to see that consistent and continuous growth. And I think this community, especially even in terms of the live streams, we've been seeing an audience retain there time and time again, and a decent audience size at that. So thank you to everybody on the stream that has stuck around. And further from that, it looks like we're ready from our side of things with the players to jump in finally. And that means, Zach, that we can actually start to focus in a little bit more on this game at hand. If you're just joining us once again, it is game number 2 here, and we are about to jump into that search and destroy. So for those of you you who don't know, search and destroy, you've got 2 bomb sites. You have to be able to plant at one, and you have to try eliminate the opposition if you don't plant or defuse in time. There we go. Quick and easy explanation as we get ready for this map number 2. I'm ready from my side. I'm not too sure if they're waiting for a thumbs up or a good to go, but it does look like they're good to go. So without further ado, let's jump in to map number 2. Zach, what are your thoughts?
6-4 again to the Convex prediction. I want to keep that prediction in,
Okay.
not change it. I have hopes for them. The HP wasn't the greatest start, but hey, let's hope they can turn this around.
All
And for
right.
you?
I mean, we did the prediction of 6-4. I'm going to just throw into something into the mix because of the delay. We're going 6-5 to Convex. I thought I'd mix it up. Come on. Might as
Everyone
well.
wants to see around 11. Everyone. Ooh, unfortunately, there's a bit of a mess up with teams. Oh no, suddenly must have been host that unfortunately joined up.
Yeah,
Let's start it
host
off.
on the one team joined up on the one edge, but that's not too much of a problem because they essentially won't spawn in from their side of things. But taking a look at this map overall, Pendragon on their side of things, they've got quite the task because it looks like Gene is the last one left standing.
Just like that quick, huh? And Gene couldn't survive it. I guess, well, Pendragon suddenly just dropped that quick compared Convex Gaming, just dropping them so fast. After getting that final kill off Gene, that was a surprise to me because I expected at least a bomb to go down or something like that. Well, wow.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
quite
that was
fast.
really quick from their side of things. But Convex essentially finding themselves starting off with a flyer. So who knows? This might be the search and destroy that they wanted and they needed from their side of things. As Podcaster, for some reason, doesn't allow me to have a look at them. But there we go. As we push that live. Pendragon currently essentially on the back foot, but now on the attack with Convex. What are they going to be able to do?
That's pretty well. Checks the killer, rocking a ram in an S&D match. Now I've noticed that the ram has been used a lot in COD ZA recently, so that's a pretty interesting meta change from the MP5 to the M4, right?
Yeah.
Saying that as Convex managed to go down, it's a 3v3 right now. So yeah, interesting hopes to see how it's gonna play through. As Cloudy picks up a kill off Lucid.
Alright, so if you're wondering, ladies and gentlemen, on stream at the moment, why I can't seem to move the camera, it's because Codcaster doesn't like me. And it apparently doesn't like us as a unit as well at the moment. But what we can cast is Renders managed to just pick up 2. And that means that Pendragon are going to be able to claim themselves around here on the search on the defensive side of things, which means that we're tied up at 1 apiece on the search and destroy.
Pretty well done by Pendragon themselves, and Renders going big for that double kill towards the end. Beautiful plays on him with that tracks with M4 and a bit of love shots towards the end there. I'm not sure, but hey, hopefully that codcaster fixes up because codcasting sometimes in this game glitches a lot.
Yeah, it's always been a tough one. At least it's better than when the game was released, I think, from that side of things.
100%.
Trying to look at the silver lininess of that cloud. Talking about silver lininess of clouds, let's have a look at Cloudsy and what he's going to be able to do from his perspective.
Right now he's chilling on top green. Let's see, Evax has pushed up towards Boiler right there. He definitely knows that Evax is there because he looked and his teammate has given him that information right now. As he picks up the possible first blood, but Prodigy taking him out right there. Left in a 2v4 currently.
Alright, so Pendragon on the back foot for the first time essentially here, as it does look like they'll be whittled down to 1, and that's none other than the Slime Baller. Let's see if he's going to be able to essentially squeak his way out of this one at the moment on the backside. He's got quite the task to do up against the 3 players here from Convex.
Ooh, unfortunately stunned there, missing a couple of those bullets. Right now, I think they know that pretty much he's about to get pushed. There's nothing he could do there. They're all just ready to surround him as soon as he took his shot against that. But in front of Sethi, right there. Tough times, but let's see how they regain on that.
Alright, so from Pendragon's side, I think they're going to be a little bit happy that they managed to get around back into it. And from the attacking side of, I believe it's going to be Convex, they've got quite the task ahead of them. So far, the attacking rounds have been rather elusive for the teams, as Pendragon from their side pick up 1. But Convex on their side, with Winst, with their bomb in hand, he's at least started things off a little bit quicker than he did on that hard point.
Definitely he's having a better match beginning than the previous HP right there as he gets bombed down. Well done to him, pointing it to you. Well, you see, notice how the direction is pointed towards the back of Oil. Hopefully an AR could go up there and just watch from that distance, but Wince decides to go onto top green to overview it. Right in front of him is John, and he can get into a fight as Convex start making their move towards and watching those points right now. Wince getting off that first blood. Well done, James. Sorry, second. The first kill and another kill after that. Can he get the third possibly? But no, his teammate takes it out there. Well done to Convex at that end.
All right, there we go. Convex picks himself up another round, and some good play here from Prodigy, being able to use that heighted advantage with his team. They got in the early bomb plant, and I mean, from Pendragon's side, do you think they just gave over that bomb site a little bit too easy?
Yeah, I would say so. I wouldn't say that many people pushed that force towards the bomb side. I think Pendragon seem to be going for this maneuvering towards a flank and squeeze them out from the back. But it hasn't been working on their favor, but let's see how they can handle it right now, where Shax the Killer is just going straight up towards a bomb, and he's probably going to get down a plan, hopefully rocking his ram.
All right, Cloudy, it does look like he's also in a little bit of a difficult position as Prodigy picks up the headshot there on Jeans. Slime Ball is going to be able to come up with the trade, but that one also gets traded as Elusive picks up one. I like this play here from Cloudy, just making sure that he can get anybody that's trying to rotate through mid. Looks like a concussion or some grenade will be able to make its way in towards mid next to him as the rotations get called out here from Pendragon as Cloudy tries to clear the site.
He's playing it pretty safe, if you don't mind me saying, and he's just making sure that he just gets his pick and he returns to his defense because he is attacking. He needs to make sure that bomb has come down, and he's about to look at Boiler U, and Evex is going to push him, but can he see Evex's tiny piece of clothing from their character? But Evex is just going to play his time, and Cloudy has seen him, and he gets the kill. Well done to Cloudy, just playing his time right now and in bathroom.
All right, so it's down to Sethi and Elucid, and they've got 20 seconds left on the clock. Sethi's in not too bad of a position, to be honest, at the moment. Will he be able to come on top of that gunfight? Unfortunately, not being able to connect with some crucial shots there, as Sethi now will get pushed on his right-hand side, comes out on top of that one. Will he turn it? No, he doesn't, as Pendragon pick themselves up another important round as they bring it back within one.
Certainly, unfortunately, due to Seti, they're a bit of windmilling towards that second kill. Messed him up a bit, but Cloudy has there to secure his point of trade. Cloudy going pretty much massive on that round right now. It's been going massive in that HP, and the S&D has been pretty much solid so far.
Yeah, quite the prolific player for Pendragon at the moment, and at the moment, let's cross over to this Convex lineup, and I want to jump on board here with Sethi to see what he's going to be able to do on this attack.
Right now he's holding up, and he's definitely know that Shax is there. Someone has died, which will be Prodigy, and he's going to be just viewing off that left side of the crate as Winst is going to be pushing up slowly. He's just making sure that his teammates are all backed up as he goes towards the back of Oil, and he's just going to make sure that AR dominance is going to be secure. But saying that, Shax the Killer picking up another kill, and Slime Ball after that. Oh my, his bomb is right in front of Sethi. Sethi definitely has to make a move right now, but it seems like Pendragon is securing them as Sethi gets a kill right there, going massive towards his team. Unfortunately getting taken out towards the end. Oh my, Sethi.
Wow, so
Not that much you can do.
yeah, not too much they can do as Pendragon brings it back. It's 3 a pop at the moment as it's going to be Gene that cleans that one up. So a little bit of a resurgence here from Pendragon. They're not going to give up on the momentum just yet, as the teams will once again switch sides here. It's 3 apiece. Now on the attacking side, it's going to be Pendragon. And I actually want to have a look at this top view. Last time that we did, they had a push towards, I believe it was that A bomb site. Now let's see what they're going to be able to make with their moves towards B.
Yeah, they definitely need to make sure that this bomb does go down right now as Mr. Shax the Killer going big again on those first bloods with his ram, and Cloudy picking up that second blood right there. Right now, Slime Ball is just playing up the back, but Cloudy seems to be going to his local position now, I can say fairly, as he just secures his putt in front of Bathroom and just makes sure that all his teammates are secured while his teammate gets the bomb, and he sees one going half wall. Will he confirm the kill right here? He knows Evan is right in front of him, and does get taken out by Evax.
Yeah,
Ooh.
2 big kills coming in there for Convex, and it does look like there's 33 seconds on the bomb. There's a man on the bomb. It doesn't get checked. as at the moment it's going to be a Lucid with it all to do as he picks up 1, 2, and now will he be able to follow up with the third? It's Slimeballer in a 1v1 situation. Codcaster, let me move, please. As there we go. Lucid's on bomb at the moment, and he will throw out the concussion, not able to connect, and there we go. We'll get knocked down. Another round going in favor of Pendragon.
Yeah, certainly. I guess that concussion there kind of messed him up towards that end kill right there, wasting that time on the concussion. And Slimeball just playing in that COD timing and just gets him off right there. Well done to Pendragon for picking up that round. I'd say it's pretty equal now, Nick. They're moving. It's 4-3. It was 3-2 and then 3-3 and 4-2.
Very close. And at the moment, if there's a warning to anybody that I can put out there is charge your controllers, ladies and gentlemen. As the controller pops up and says, you know what, we're running low, but understandably so, because there's just been so much action on screen that we've been trying, to be honest, I've just been mashing buttons to try and get the codcaster working at times. But crossing back to, it does look like Shax is going to be able to pick up a couple of kills here. Convex, as they push themselves forward, will have an opportunity to try work the bomb plant in, but the bomb has been dropped, as you can see on the map, just behind B.
And Prodigy right now is just playing his time towards Crate, but it seems like Slimeball is there to back him up. And Renders is going to push Prodigy, but Prodigy knows where Bomb is, unfortunately getting taken out by the Cloud, man. He's on Cloud 9 right now, getting these kills. She gets second. Oh my. Cloudy is just having his time on this map right now.
Cloudy definitely is the gun runner, especially on this map, it seems, at this point, because as we cross to a Lucid, he better get elusive at this point, because at the moment it's going to be very, very tricky when 4 dragons hunt you down and leave you all alone. It's Pendragon now 1 round away from doubling their map score from 1-0 to 2-0. Convex are going to need to try come up clutch.
100%. Cloudy just going massive towards the end there, obviously just left by himself. Lucid couldn't do much, but hey, unfortunately, Convex really need to back it up right now and hopefully not mess up. Well, there goes my prediction for this map again. So,
who knows? 6-5, maybe.
Your prediction could be right. Let's see.
Maybe. All right. So Pendragon on the attacking side. It does look like they might be making a push towards that A side. It's a smoke that will get thrown out, but maybe that's going to be a decoy. It does cause player number 7, that's Evax, to rotate across. At the moment, there are essentially 4 players left remaining from Convex. That's not the start that they wanted on this search and destroy.
Certainly, and right now, as you see, Evax getting a nice nade cover. That definitely knows someone has definitely pushed down to bottom green, and he knows his teammate is secured as he gets a shot off on kill, and he gets the second. Well done, team, gonna get the third. Oh, unfortunately, Cloudy. He's there. Cloudy's there to stop him.
Trophy system there just to be able to protect the player that will have eyes on the bomb side at the moment. Wins is furthest forward. They've got Cloudy and Slimeballer with it all to do with 23 seconds left on the clock. They need this round oh so well, but Cloudy, now last one left alive. There's a man on the bomb at the moment. Will he be able to dart past? No, he goes for the player. They're turning his direction, and just like that, it's going to be a round going over to Convex. They're not out of this one just yet.
Just it, yeah. Definitely, unfortunately, Cloudy with his fast trying to get to that rotation and squeeze them on the back there, and Slimeball falling was no point for him, unfortunately, because they were all watching out for him as he came through too late to help his teammate out there, and them getting the defuse.
All right, so now on the attacking front, it is going to be the lineup from Convex, and on defense, it's going to be this Pendragon squad. Now, on the attack, let's see what are Convex going to do? Will they mix it up? It looks like they're getting aggressive.
Certainly, Shaq's the killer, the man with no bomb this time. Sorry, it was Evax that's rocking the bomb. I got my teams wrong right there. Ooh. As we switch through, and the man with the bomb just gets dropped like the Evax. Unfortunately, taking that loss right there by Slimeball. Right now, Elucid's got the kill, got the bomb, but unfortunately, there's just 2 against 3 right now. It's not looking too good for them.
Yeah, Sethi and Elucid have quite the task ahead of them to keep their team on this one. Sethi comes out to bring it down to a 2v2. At the moment, the player will get picked up. That's Elucid with the cover. And now Slimeballer with it all to do. 45 seconds left on the clock. The bomb still needs to be planted. Slimeballer, what are you going to get up to, son?
Yeah, unfortunately, Sethi Lucid just knows when to push it off, and Slimeball just at the wrong timing. But he can pick up a Lucid right here at this point. But Sethi definitely does have to help his teammate. Can he spot him in enough time? Sethi's just chilling in mid, right in front of him. Slimeball is about to come into his side, and he gets the double. Round 11, baby. Round 11.
My prediction's still going. It's still alive.
Oh,
Wow.
well done, Sethi there. Just mark him up and get his teammates trade right at that point.
Okay,
Wow.
so round 11, search and destroy. Pendragon now has momentum fallen out of their clutches. Has Convex managed to turn themselves in the favorite position at the moment? Round 11 means that the Dragons are going to have to be on attack this time. And
Yeah.
now, with it all to do,
Mr. Shax the Killer with the bomb and the ram in his hand. Let's see how he goes as Prodigy picks up first blood towards us. I believe that's someone who's not even playing the game, unfortunately. As we see Winzo get that nade right there and kills off Shax. Unfortunately, bomb is down on bottom green ramp currently. Right now, it seems like Rendez is going to be switching up towards oil and throwing in a trophy there to avoid himself from that gunfire at this moment currently. As he's watching over, it seems like someone is in the back there. Can he play himself out? I believe that is number 0, who would be Winzo right now, as he needs to go collect that bomb, which Mr. Slimeballer has done so, but he needs to definitely make sure bomb has been planted while Jean will be pushing out and Prodigy chilling in water right now. What can be done? It's a 3v4 scenario right now, as Mr. Slimeball has put down that bomb. We're gonna switch over to, unfortunately, I think it's John who's stuck on Nix's screen while we bear with him as he comes back right now. Seems like he's just going to be watching bomb, and it seems like Sethi has done so with that kill off Rendez, as John is going to be pushing through bathroom. There will be number 9 himself. Sethi left down in this position as Pendragon about to take it possibly right now, as Mr. Lucid gets taken out towards the end, and a well done to Pendragon for taking the 6-5. My prediction's out of the room, unfortunately, right there towards
Alright.
the end.
So Pendragon from their side of things, 6-5. I'm just going to double check a couple of things on our end. As for right now, not too sure in terms of the hosted lobby who that player was that joined. So we'll have a look at that side of things if that had any influence. I'm not too sure. Flash and Loader does say 1 death to the name. So at the moment, that was a player on the side of Pendragon. So we'll double check that from our side and get back to you. For right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to once again cut to a short break. The score currently is to be determined, as I'm just going to have a consultation here with our admin. But for right now, it's going to reflect as 2-0, but that is a tentative one in favor of Pendragon.
Certainly. Now, as we get onto the show and watch out, assess the players on, unfortunately, someone joining the game midway through. That shouldn't have happened, unfortunately.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut to a short break. We'll be right back with you in just a bit.
Ain't no love like a real love, but it goes so fast. All tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to pay to my life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I've no more patience. So won't you please 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. 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 You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the action. I'm, of course, here with Zach himself. It does look like the teams have jumped in almost immediately, so I'm not too sure if we're going to have the full reference in terms of the teams, but I'll make sure that we can sort that out on our side as we're going to cut to gameplay. Unfortunately, they didn't give us a second to breathe as they were just so eager to jump right back into the action.
Unfortunately, due to that right there, as Mr. Pendragon right now is starting off on, as people couldn't see it, starting off pretty well, but unfortunately getting off that double cap by Mr. Convex Gaming. But I could speak too late on that, as Pendragon is picking up that double cap almost as C is about to be contested or captured right now. But it seems like Evex is about to do that securing and get Pendragon up, Convex up there with that double cap. Unfortunately, due to that late scenes in the beginning, sorry about that, chat.
No problems at the moment. It does look like I've got to unfortunately do a little bit of editing quite quickly here on our side because the teams didn't give us a second to swap on our side. But we'll make sure that that gets edited and changed accordingly. At the moment, it is Pendragon with a 2-0 lead up against their opposition. And if you're wondering who's reflected in who at the moment, it is on your right-hand side. It is Pendragon, whereas on the left-hand side. And I'll make sure that that gets updated from our end so you have a little bit of a better reference point. As it does look like Pendragon have started off to a flyer here, ladies and gentlemen. As we have now crossed to the action. It is going to be Pendragon essentially starting off with 2 flags and essentially around about a 13-point lead.
Yeah, and Rendes himself just chilling right now in Cole and holding that for his teammate as he's about to be challenged by Prodigy and does get taken out by him right now. Convex trying to get onto that B flag, who Evax is doing so pretty well, but he's about to clash up with Shax the Killer as he stops him right there. Shax is taking him out, but Pendragon is there to say, out flag now. Out flag, no, you're not gonna touch it, as at least get taken out right there, and Seti gets taken out by Shax. Shax going up pretty big towards that end part right there.
Alright, so taking a look at the map overall, as player number 9, that's Cloudy, trying to pick up on C flag. There is a player, Seti. I don't understand quite how he got that spawn, but he still managed to spawn behind the player at C. As it does look like there were players also on the opposite end, so maybe that forced him off slightly. So it does look like A and C have been left as neutral, as C will be now captured as well as B by this squad from Pendragon.
Right now, unfortunately, Gunrunner does give you some interesting spawns. Not the most interesting ones like Hackney does. Obviously, that map with the spawns do get off a bit funny. But right now, Pendragon has secured that 2-flag capture. They did lose it for a tiny few seconds. But hey, they're back right now. And Shax the Killer is just dominating this B save. And he's just going to make sure that his team is secured as Sethi is about to go and try for that C flag. And he's going to go into a fight with Slimeball right here. And he does lose it against Slimeball. While Shax the Killer is just making sure that this round is secured. He's doing pretty much solid with him and Mr. Rendes behind him, I believe, who is securing him right now.
It's all currently raining in favor of this Pendragon lineup, who have essentially been dominating the kill feed, let's be honest. That's where they've been separating themselves, and you can see even from Slimeballer's side of things, he's just playing the corners, and this is a great opportunity for him to stand up and say, you know what, you've been looking at Rendes, you've been looking at Cloudy, make sure you keep an eye on me too.
Yeah, he's definitely been pushing up the numbers right there. Watch, he has been taken out, but hey, we're going to switch back to look at him at left in 20 seconds. But pretty much the captures from Convex themselves was going off with Simon, Prodigy, Evax, and Winzo, who's trying the best they could as Evax is about to get into gunfight. A bit of lag from his side, unfortunately, right there. But it seems Shax the Killer was just making sure those defends 1 point as Jean was getting the most captures off from the point right there as Evax gets that knife on. Well done towards him. And round 1.
All right,
towards Pendragon side.
That does go indeed towards Pendragon. Don't let the scoreboard fool you on the top of the screen. We'll make sure that we can have a look at that as we see the close of play from Prodigy side of things. He picks himself up too. And some decent play from this Pendragon team, who currently, in terms of overall score at the moment, no, that's not iEnvy. I do apologize. It is Pendragon that managed to come out on top. We're just going to make sure if I can have a look here from the Codcaster perspective, if it's going to allow us to swap the announcements. No, it doesn't look like that from our side. So, all right, it does look like we're going to need to go back to the gameplay, as we'll cross to that right now. As it is going to be once again Pendragon on the right hand side, and we've got Convex on the left hand side. Pendragon currently with essentially around about a 20-point lead. Maths is hard. I'm looking at that. That is around about, what is that? 30, almost 30 points, but we're sitting just between at the moment, as it is going to be Slime Baller. Apologize, ladies and gentlemen, it is late at night for some of us here. As it is Prodigy, the only one from his team really holding it tight for this Convex lineup. And you can see he's just created a little bit of a nuisance of himself and been a little bit of a thorn on the side for this Pendragon squad.
Definitely he has been doing so pretty well, and being a nuisance on this map is pretty much what he needs to be doing right there, as they're keeping off almost triple cap, possibly a triple cap by them if they could continue down this. But as I said, that Sethi is coming to clean up B. This time it's Convex that are trying to secure B. In Sethi's position right now, he's against where Shax was with his ram, but this time it's him getting off those pieces, and he's just doing so fast, and he's moving through elegantly with his ram, and he's about to push into their spawn, it seems. And can he avoid that gunfire? Him and Slime about to go at it against each other, and he knows what to claim. He's going to back it out, and he is about to get the second kill. Unfortunately, towards the end there, Evax taking him off. Pretty much Convex holding this double point capture in place.
This is impressive here from this Convex lineup. They've managed to turn it on its head a little bit here. Shaxakilo is going to have to wait for his teammates to try push up, as there's a player that slides down on bottom ramp. He's going to try and make his way up that zigzag, but not going to be able to find his way in. As we cross to Gene in bathrooms at the moment, going to make his way through the left-hand side. Now, they don't necessarily have spawns in their favor, does this Pendragon team, and it's going to be a tricky one for them to try to work their way in. At the moment, Jeans gets behind, and this is exactly the position that they want to find themselves in. Great flank here coming in from Jeans as he tries to take down the player on box, but at the moment, Sethi is going to try push up. Will he be able to get taken out? That's exactly what happens, as Jeans is doing phenomenally outside Cole at the moment, and eventually will fall down, as he's given himself a little bit of a room for the Pendragon squad to get that B flag.
Unfortunately, Team going massive towards the end there, but obviously not enough for the spawns just to come back into the place there, as Renders are going to be pushing through. But I guess Evax has had enough of this double capture towards Pendragon, because Convex time is now while he just secures B, and he's on that 9 capture grind. Can he make it double digits towards the end of this game? I believe so, as Prodigy is going back to being the nuisance, while Sethi picks up his trade. Beautiful kills towards him right there.
Alright, so at the moment it's Cloudy and Co that are finding momentum, swing in the favor of their oppositions from Convex, and Prodigy has been a consistent performer at the moment for the Convex team, and essentially has said, you know what, here's a couple of ropes, I'm going to drag you behind me if I need to, and has pulled his team into a position where they can fight from the front. At the moment, Prodigy's once again going to even cause more of a nuisance from himself, as he grabs the C flag and neutralizes it, and that means that now Convex, from their side of things, they are going to be climbing more and more in points, as Prodigy has just done so well for his team.
Right now is they still seem to be spawning C, but he's just making sure that he can just keep being that nuisance and that thorn in their shoe right there, as he gets taken out towards the end, and John is about to go back and secure C, but that's given enough time for the boys to secure B right now, as Sethi pushes up, and he's going back to go and do that neutralizing of C possibly. Oh, he's just gonna wait his time, it seems like. Right now, Pendragon holding it pretty much. They need to make sure something needs to come into play right now, as Convex is about to get a triple cap if possible, but Sethi knows what's best for him, and he's just gonna keep playing that spawns. Well done to him.
Now it's a search and destroy out C flag at the moment, as it does look like they managed to pick up one, but Renders will take down a teammate. Now here is where they need to come up clutch, does Pendragon. At the moment, the player furthest forward is Prodigy for Pendragon, or rather for Convex, and he's got quite the role to be able to do. He stays alive, which is one of the biggest parts of this. He stops the player going for the neutral on the far side. Prodigy, yet again, coming out clutch when he needs to. And it's Slime Baller trying to push his way in. Cloudy coming furthest behind. It's drip, 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 but it's a little drip too late from Pendragon, as it's Convex that come out strong. in this map number, what is this, map number 4? 3, sorry, I do apologize. I felt like I jumped the gun a little bit there, but map number 3, and this is exactly what Convex needed from their side.
Unfortunately, Prodigy towards the end there, even with the failed reload, he still goes off towards the end. Well done to him. Convex played that domination pretty well, holding off those 2 points. And Prodigy and Sethi trying to be the nuisance that they can. Just making sure they neutralize C and don't capture it because they know that their spawns are going to keep flanking towards the end. And Prodigy going massive, unfortunately missing up his reload right here and still gets the kill on John Rendez towards the end there. Well done to him.
Yeah, and well done, Prodigy. Wow, what a performance. Almost doubling the amount of kills of his closest teammate. 35 and even 6 captures to be able to match. That's a huge performance from him as Convex managed to get themselves back into it. We're going to be crossing, of course, to map number 4, which I believe is going to be, let's have a look at the maps as we can bring those up. It's No More Gunrunner. We've seen 3 of those. We're going to Hackney Yard on Hardpoint. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with you in just a bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is, of course, the game that we're waiting for, game number 4, of course. It is going to be Search. No, it's going to be Hardpoint. It's not going to be Search and Destroy. I'm jumping the gun again, aren't I, Zach?
Not yet, but hey, 4 maps. 4th map now, huh? Well,
Yeah.
It's a pretty slow day, but unfortunately due to some errors in the time. But hey, Hackney Yard, Nick, what do you think of this map as a HP map?
To be honest, I enjoy it. I think that there's some very, very difficult heals to break here, so early rotations are going to be absolutely crucial. I think one of the things that you need to make sure, especially in terms of controlling the height around mid-map, is so crucial, especially with your AR control and making sure that you can essentially lock down the angles in terms of where those players are going to go through the cuts and making sure that you've got a player close enough to be able to come up with those trades. However, as we cross to, it is going to be Pendragon and Convex, and we've got the correct sides as things are going to be looking good as we jump right to the action. It's going to be an interesting one. Do you have any thoughts going into this game?
I say certainly that they definitely need to make sure that that P2 is good on hacking this most. It's just like Gunrunner. P1 and P2 are good. P1 is okay. As soon as you got that P1, that's good. Once you make him be there, maybe 2 max securing that. But that P2 safety of the defense from both sides, and they need to watch out over forklift area as they break through so easily. That needs to be also watched out. And right now, it seems like Convex Gaming is holding off that P1 pretty well, but Pendragon do have P2 spawns right there as Winston does get taken off by Cloudy, making sure that no one's trying to come through on that rotation. As Cloudy just going big right there and getting that 3-piece. Well done to him. Getting taken out towards Simon. Prodigy.
Definitely has been one of the standout players from the series so far, has Cloudy. I mean, stepping up into his own, seemingly always going positive, getting the important kills when he needs to. And talking about important heals, this is now Pendragon from their side of things. On one of the most difficult heals to break as a unit, you need to make sure that you can push through, and at the moment, Convex doing well to surround themselves in the heal. Now it's all about the trades, and Sethi comes out massive.
Certainly, he's just holding it out. Unfortunately, he does get cod-cast discussed for myself as Winzo is going to be making a breakthrough, but Shax is there to stop him in that point right now as Convex are just trying to hold off the point and just make sure that no one's getting through right there. Someone just tried to get through, but Elucid said no to get in there as they just holding off that point. Like I said, P2, you want to secure that. Unfortunately, Elucid just getting killed by an environmental explosion right there, and Slimeball taking that kill off it.
Alright, it does look like Slimeball will make the push, but Evax will shut down the door. At the moment, rotations are going to happen once again here, and you can already see Pendragon are getting themselves ready, trying to make sure that nobody comes into the square. But it looks like Shax is going to be challenged relatively early. Prodigy comes up with a massive 2-piece. He's currently on a 4 streak.
Yeah, Simon Prodigy has been going big towards the end of that bomb right there, and he's holding it pretty well on top. And I say that Slimeball is finally taking him out. Right now, Shax the Killer is just absorbing that time while Slimeball is playing top triple and just holding it out right there as Cloudy tries. Oh my god, Cloudy just gets a nasty turn on Simon himself towards the end there. Well done to him. Seems like they are trying to secure it off.
Big plays there from Cloudy as he managed to pull that one off. Unfortunately, not being able to catch that one on stream. We're a bit late to that party. But it does look like some scrap time will get picked up here from Convex. And it's not too bad of scrap time either. It's still around about 30 points. So, to be honest, I don't think you can call that scrap. That's a juicy portion of the heal. At the moment, it's all about those rotations around green. And then, as you can see, Sethi is going to be pushing in from his side to try to stop any push coming in from Pendragon.
Yeah, most certainly, because you definitely need to watch out for that P3 position. Both ways can be pushed up, but not that many people are, well, going on towards top green to come down that staircase. That can always be a shocker for somebody. And Sethi right now going massive towards the back there, almost getting that 3-piece while Slimeball stops him, but Elucid gets his teammates trade. Well done to him right now as he got good spawns towards that point, and Cloudy seems to be just getting taken out towards the end there, but beautiful plays on him getting Elucid's death right there.
Alright, maybe taking a step back, let's have a look at the oversights at the moment. Pendragon are currently behind almost with 80 points as they've still got quite the load to be able to do. To be honest, leading from the front as always seems to be Cloudy from his side. So let's see if he can do what Prodigy did from his team previously. Elucid is kind of lacking behind in terms of Convex. And he's got to be looking to his teammates Sethi as well as Prodigy, who seem to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. In terms of time alone, Evax grabbing a lot of it. But I think Pendragon from their side, they've still got a good opportunity to try and get their way back in.
Certainly, and Convex has definitely been doing well with the rotations. Unfortunately, due to Convex, Pendragon just fighting for those tiny bit of time that they can, and the most time by the time is Convex just getting into those rotations. Well done to them, and Elucid just playing off his teammates right now, just chilling on the top right there, having a bit of a muck-up, but he gets off Slime Ball, and he's about to get into a nade by his own teammate, unfortunately, towards the end.
Alright, now currently Wince in the heal for Convex and his squad, but there's going to be a heavy push coming in here from Pendragon. He will shut down the door, figuratively speaking, but does look like he will take a nade in for his efforts. 25 points should accumulate in favor of this Pendragon as they whittle down that scoreline from an 80 points difference to what is going to be more than likely a 60 points difference. Now, having a look at these rotations, Convex seemingly the first ones into this hill. By all means, this must lean us towards potentially going all the way to game number 5 if things stay the same.
Most certainly. Things just seem to be on the point with it when it comes to rotations right now, and it just definitely needs to make sure that this time Pendragon just need to get that time and make sure that they can definitely get up to those rotations while securing in their teammates' point as Kali gets taken off, trying his best to come into point right now. But I know the Slime Ball towards the end there, and he gets taken out by Mr. Elucid himself. They definitely need to get to that PT push.
Yeah, well, there's still 35 seconds left on this hill, and should Pendragon grab the majority of it, and just like that, Cloudy once again picks up another massive 2-piece, and it does look like the rest of the team are filtering through. So this is a big hill and a huge hold here for Pendragon as they're looking to try secure this once again, bringing this down to now what might be just a 40-point game between the two. And if they get out of this hill with all the remainder of the time, huge plays here from Gene. It does look like they will whittle this down to what might just be a 30-point difference.
100% sorting out his teammates out right now, but the P2 needs to be secure. And to that point, and sees number 2 himself, Shax the Killer, trying to make a breakthrough right through that point, and it seems like he's by the garage door, and he's gonna go up there, but can he win his gunfight against number 0? And he does so. Well done to him. Right
Massive.
now, Pendragon, well done to them. They just have one person on that point though, but how long? Yes, unfortunately there. Mr. Shax the Killer by himself on point, which you definitely do need your teammate to help you out there while they all in middle.
You can see why P2 is just so difficult to be able to try break, because I mean, in terms of those long lines of sight, I mean, looking at from the map, from that north to south perspective of that road, how do you cross that without anybody shooting at you? So from that side of things, 20 points will look to be accumulated here from Convex, which will once again bring this back to a 70-point difference between the two teams by the end of this hill. Pendragon are going to need to come up super clutch in this next hill.
Yeah, 100%, and this time they're on the rotations, so well done to them as Cloudy is just going to be watching off that point. And you notice here Gene is being the nuisance that he is, trying to watch off that half wall, but he pulls back towards the end right there. He's definitely going to watch through mid, but it seems like Convex just seem to break through that mid
Big
really
plays.
quick. Well done to Prodigy right there, dropping off Cloudy at the point.
3 kills in quick succession. Now here comes the push here from the Convex squad, but they get shut down, but it's Evax that jumps into the hill last minute. Will he be able to hold that for enough time? No, it does look like he'll get shoved out as Cloudy picks up some time of his own. Now with 30 seconds left on the clock, it is going to be a massive push coming in from Convex Gaming. They can't afford not to challenge us. A Slime Baller comes up with the most clutch downtown grenade of all time, as it does look like a trophy system will be thrown in. And now from the side of Convex Gaming, they're going to try and get every second they can just to be a nuisance to their opposition. As right now, it's not going to be enough on this hill to claim it, but rotations are going to need to come in as we head to bottom green.
Yeah, certainly. Elucid now trying to avoid his thing, and Sethi does get taken out, and Sethi getting taken out by Rendez. You just gotta make sure that this is the part where Convex definitely wants his points, and they're gonna be ruthless about it. And Pendragon definitely knows that they have to step it up towards this defense part, as you see the bullets coming through, and Sethi just clearing right through, getting the point off Shax, but his teammates securing him out there. Well done to him.
It does look like Pendragon are mounting to come back at the moment. 36 points. If they manage to get all of the points on this one, they should be able to get themselves back in. Slime Baller just playing for his life at the moment. Will he be able to come out on top of that fight? No, there's a player coming in from behind. This is absolutely huge from Convex Gaming as they walk their way through into the hill. They turn around and Prodigy once again comes up clutch when he needs to. The trophy system's not going to be able to connect. It shacks the Kilo coming in from the side. Will there be enough time for Prodigy to be able to hold on tight? No. It does look like this pause will come on the clock, but will he be able to come up with a kill? No, it's Kilo that shuts down the door. There's still time here. However, rotations need to come in. Will they be able to work their way forward? It's going to be Convex with the first ones to rotate to the new hill. They shut down the door, and Convex come out on top. We're going to game number 5.
Let's get it. Oh my, Convex Gaming coming in pretty much clutch throughout this whole happening. Yeah, they had a bit of issues with that P3, but breaking through pretty solid by them. Just slipping through and making sure that defenses were on point, especially on those P2s. And towards those P3s, they were doing fantastic jobs. And Prodigy himself going pretty much massive towards the end there. And the time getting done by himself and Mr. Evax. Well done to them.
Yeah, I feel like this has been Prodigy v Cloudy in a lot of ways. I mean, both of those players just trying to pull the rest of their squad into it. At the moment, the match score rests as 2 a pop, and we get ready for the Search and Destroy. I just need to make sure from our side of things that when it comes down to Codcaster, that we're ready. I need to be faster than the teams on this one, so that becomes a little bit of a tricky moment for us, as we will be crossing to the next map, and that next map is none other than Arkliff Peak. And Search and Destroy, what a way to end it would be, Zach, on this map for Search. And we talked about it, we alluded to it a little bit earlier. There's just so much to think about in this map, whether it's long lines of sight, trying to make that indoor push towards that bomb site. And to be honest, we've seen this time and time again. This is the map where the big players really do stand out and stand tall. Will it be that matchup of Cloudy versus Prodigy?
Yeah, these two seem to be going at it with each other, seeing most of engagements between them two, and always back and forth. But let's see how it ends it off tonight with map 5 against Convex Gaming versus Pendragon and Arkliff Peak Search and Destroy.
Yeah.
5, maybe.
I'm excited for this one. I mean, when it comes down to Search, this is, to be honest, hey, monumentous occasion. Well done, Pendragon, as well as Convex. You are our first official streams of a best out of 5 series. So that's fantastic to be able to see that we've gone all the way. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, of course, this is the community clash for Call of Duty alongside ACGL, making sure that we can get you the action and provide you essentially, hopefully, the best Call of Duty entertainment that there is available from a local perspective. And further from that, I do want to point out that we will have some more fixtures on Saturday, as we were kind of worried, to be honest. I had my little reservations about tonight because I believe that there's a massive update on its way that could have affected us tonight. But thank the Call of Duty gods that it didn't.
Yeah, well, certainly, unfortunately, due to PlayStation players preload as 36 GBs they need to be doing, and PC players having it tough right there with 47, and Xbox taking the huge hit with 50 gigabytes.
Moment of silence for Xbox. Everyone in chat.
Yeah.
All right. So at the moment, it does look like the teams are ready to go. I'm not too sure if they're waiting on me, so let me just double check that they're ready, that I'm ready. You know, the back and forth. It is late, ladies and gentlemen, and it is getting into those final hours, but it's one I'm very excited for when it comes down to the Search and Destroy. We've seen around 11 Search and Destroy already. What does Arkliff Peak hold for us? We're going to have to wait and see. Will we see the cheeky sniper rifles actually whipped out? I kind of think it's mandatory from one of these teams.
Yeah, 100%. We definitely want to see those quick scopes, possibly. But hey, you got to get those shots off, and the ARs have to do their dominance, and also the rotations. The rotations towards the back and the flanks. That's what you're gonna need. Obviously, this is Search and Destroy, not HP. HP has been on my mind all day, most probably. But yeah, those flanks gonna be having to watch out, especially Prodigy himself.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, I think it was Raheel in one of the games earlier where we actually saw Arkliff Peak in terms of just watching out for that flank and players just essentially holding for rotations. Sometimes you'll just send a lone lurker, essentially, that will just wait mid. If we're going to be planting towards either one of those bomb sites, I'm going to make sure that I'm just going to be a little bit of a nuisance to push actually towards the non-bomb site that we're planting and catch you all as you try to rotate out. And that's hopefully what we're going to be able to see, some top level play. And who knows, maybe we'll see who's been taking tips from the previous games that were taking place. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have some more action for you in terms of the Call of Duty community clash here on Saturday. So those of you that are here, if I can ask you a big favor, I don't think we ask of too much from time to time, slap that like button, slap the subscribe, and make sure that you spread the stream. If it is in that order, by all means, you're doing us a big help. It is the last map here, essentially, that will be kicking off. No matter what, we will have a winner by the end of this match, and that's going to change things quite slightly for this group. And I mean, as I bring that open from a group stage size, I do want to just have a little bit of a look once again. So Convex Gaming, essentially, we're 3 points in the lead ahead of Pendragon. Pendragon have lost their first game, so this will put them essentially on an even keel if we go to a Pendragon win for this search.
100%. What are your predictions, so Nick?
To be honest, I love a tightly fought group, so I'm going to go 6-5 Pendragon there. I think from their lineup, they've been looking very, very solid. However, I'm not too sure. This Convex team, you can never seemingly write them off. I mean, as soon as you think it's not going to turn in their favor, they come out with a sweep. They come out strong, and as soon as you want to flip the switch on them and say, you know what, I don't think they're going to make it, that's when they turn it on. So, by me saying actually 6-5 to Pendragon, I might in a weird way be motivating them to come out with the win even stronger. And from your side, Zach?
You know what, I was going to say 6-5, but to be an upset, I would say Convex 6-5. Just to see how it goes.
All right, so it looks like the teams are just about ready. They're switching over, making sure that they are sorted. I'm not too sure where the break is coming from, but we'll make sure that that kicks off in just a second as we are ready for map number 5 here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to find out your predictions. We gave ours over. I want to find out what you think in the chat. Let us know, and maybe we'll give you a shout out as well. Further from that, once again, I want to say a big thank you to every single one of you that are spectating, sharing the journey with us, and actually supporting your local scene. It's always good to see from that side of things. Does look like the teams are pretty much all ready. I'm just waiting for Shaxakilo to change into his respective team, and then we're good to go. For right now, I'm still waiting for your predictions. Not one prediction have I found on chat just yet, so please, by all means, keep me posted on that, of who you think is going to be able to come out on top. Then, further from that, we've got essentially the series breakdown. I do want to just have a little bit of a look in terms of those dates once again, of when you guys can expect the Challenger Series to be able to kick off, because I think that's going to be a crucial one from the side of the tournament. And then we've got the Week of Chaos, essentially the premiere, where we're going to try cast almost every single game. Also, a big shout out to Divan, who's been managing the stats. You guys all know him. He's been taking care of business. And to all the teams out there, make sure you're uploading your screenshots, because those stats are going to prove crucial in terms of determining who the player of the tournament or the series is, both from the Challenger and the Premier Division. So if you're not submitting, you're essentially counting yourself out of the ballot. And obviously, we'll take those a little bit more seriously with the more screenshots that have been submitted, as opposed to you just submitting your one game where you got a 2.5 KD or whatever it was, whereas the rest of your games you were like, oh, no, don't show them those ones, don't show them there. So definitely highly appreciated there. But just once again, when it comes down to the series, we're going to be kicking off with a Challenger knockout on the 22nd of August. And then further from that, 1st of September, all the way to the 5th of September, we're going to be breaking down the finals.
Make sure those predictions are in chat. I only see Jason, Pribos, and Cowies. Let's see more, please.
All right, so Pendragon from Jason saying 6-0. They're going to be taking this one. And then further, Primo ZA, Pendragon 6-4. So we've got a lot of Pendragon fans, as it does look like Keely Issel is also going to say 6-4 to Pendragon. And Speedy, he changes the momentum and says, you know what, 6-4 to Convex. I'm just waiting on the teams at the moment. Let me just double check with them to make sure that we can get that call out. And from that side of things, I'm not too sure. It looks like they're all happy their side. They're showing everything is okay with the host. And further from that, we should be able to kick off with the final map, as it is going to be Search and Destroy. Once again, if you just join us in terms of their action, we can cross to the maps just for a second, where it was Gunrunner, 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 Hackney Yard, and Arklow Peak. But, ladies and gentlemen, I've got some fantastic news that's just come through. We're cutting off to gameplay.
Let's get it started.
Indeed, let's get it started, as it looks like Arklow Peak is where we go to settle the score here in map number 5. And oof, we've had our predictions, you've had yours. Now it's all about seeing who's going to come out on top, and will Codcaster treat us fairly? May the Call of Duty Codcaster gods treat us well. As for right now, it does look like we've got Convex and Pendragon on their correct teams, but we're on board with the attacking team, which is none other than Convex.
Yes, and I see Mr. HDR, who is, I believe, that would be Sethi himself, who's going to be rocking the HDR, going on top of Granny's right now towards himself. He's about to spot someone at the wrong time and looks at Fountain. It seems like it's going to be a basic. It's pretty obvious right now. B push towards the side. None of Convex players decided towards, to go to A1 a bit right there.
Alright, so at the moment we jump on board, and it is currently a 4v4 situation, as two players, Winst and Prodigy. Well, Winst gets the kill, Prodigy dies, and Renders gets himself a kill as well, as it does look like the bomb will get planted here on this site, as it does look like it's going to be up to Pendragon to come up with the rotations. Let's jump on board with them and see what they're getting up to.
Yeah, most certainly, and Evax right now getting into a gunfire as Jean gets his kill off, and he gets a double kill. Well done to Jean. A bomb is down, and he's just securing off that point right there.
Oh, Winst!
Sethi is just trying to be in the point. Well done to Winst right there, and Sethi misses up his kill, unfortunately, towards Cloudy. Well, right now, it's GG towards a bit of love taps going on right there as Jean gets the defuse. Well done to them, as round 1 gets taken up by Pendragon.
Alright, so Pendragon picks up round number 1 here as Convex fall behind, but I would be surprised to see a little bit of a back and forth here. Winst did fantastically well in terms of sitting outside of that window, creating a little bit of a nuisance of himself, but maybe a little bit predictable just in terms of his position there. But let's see now. Convex, they managed to get the bomb down. Will Pendragon be able to do the same from their side of things? I do apologize in terms of the score. It does look like it does state that it is 2-0 in favor of Pendragon. It most certainly is not. It's 2-all overall. And there we go. This is essentially map number 5. And who knows, will we go to round 11?
Yeah, let's hope and pray. But right now, Rendez is securing that beautiful trophy onto the point to avoid any gunfights that's going on. Shaq's the killer with the bomb right now, chilling besides the point of a connector as Rendez throws in a nade right there. A trophy being put up to the other side. Well done to them, and it seems like Sethi should be sniping off the side of Convex Gaming, but he doesn't seem to be in a position just yet.
Alright, so at the moment from Convex Gaming, they're sitting back at the moment as no kills have been picked up from either side. I'm not seeing any sniper rifles out at the moment, as Cloudy's going to be able to bring in the first blood of the game. Having a look, yeah, neither one of the... Actually, no, there is one HDR on the field, and that's in the hands of Sethi. We might need to be able to keep an eye on him on the attacking side to see if he does the same. But 2 players now down from Pendragon as they look to push their way in. The bomb has been dropped, and it's not looking too healthy from the Pendragon lineup.
Yeah, Sethi doing amazing work with these HDR, getting off Arendez right there as he dropped down towards the point, and Shaq's the killer, just chilling outside of bomb right now, just making sure that there's a bit of a chill point where he knows that someone's definitely coming into point right there as he activates his dead stun. So I guess he's gonna go for a certain type of flank, while Sethi goes for a snipe right there and gets taken out by Slimeball. But Shaq's the killer is behind them, and can he spot the first one who's defusing the bomb? The bomb has gone down. Prodigy's about to push him, but Shaq's the killer doesn't seem and still gets the kill. Well done to Shaq's the killer towards the end there.
Yeah, absolutely huge. Huge play there from Shax, coming out on top of that gunfight, and turns essentially Prodigy into a spectator there as he's left standing and left watching. I'm just going to keep an eye on things on our side, as it does look like 2 rounds in favor of Pendragon. Momentum on their side.
100%. Right now they're doing dominance on this rounds, but we have to see how Convex Gaming can pull up towards this game. Okay. There's someone that joined the game again, unfortunately.
All right, not too sure what is going down there with this player that is at spawn at the moment. As they do eliminate him and he will leave the game, so that's not going to affect things as they'll keep it going. I'm not too sure if the host of the lobby not turning off join in progress. But for right now, it does look like on the attacking side it is going to be Convex pushing forward. And they do pick up 2 kills early on here, so that's really, really good from their side of things.
Picking up that beautiful 2-piece, and then Evex complimenting him with only 1 kill. But hey, Jack the Killer is down. It's left in a 2v5. Pendragon themselves need to pull up and see how it goes through. Right now, Gene is trying to make a move, but Evex is on that point on Mount, and he does lose the fight. Unfortunately, left to Slimeball in a 5. Oh, and these shots are just going right through Hostel already with the wall bangs by Evex.
Just look like Slimeball is trying to get those shots at range. Ooh, he'll get pegged heavily down here. I have my doubts on this one, Zach.
Yeah, suffering a bit of lag, but he does pick up a Sethi right there. Well done to him, and gets him back towards the end. Headshots. Eyes gets taken out right there.
Not bad there from Slimeballer to say, you know what, I'll fight you back on that one. But it does look like, as far as Convex Gaming, they pick themselves up around here.
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, towards the end there, as Prodigy pushed through trenches, getting off that 2-piece, definitely not paying attention to what's going on there as he pushed up with these SMG movements. And he's being the annoying person that he is. He's just getting up in their faces, trying to cause force towards them, even while they're planting, which needs to make sure their bomb's down. Towards defense side, he's also trying to do the same.
All right, now on the attacking side of things, it's going to be Pendragon, and let's see if they're going to be able to once again get a positive attacking round. Unfortunately, losing out on that defensive round a little bit earlier on. Now, Shaxakila is going to throw that Semtex over. Will the opposition have some trophy systems to protect them? They won't even need it because the grenades don't find their target. I do want to quickly do a weapon check, as it does look like the HDR is once again in the hands of Sethi on the defensive side of things. He's going to try hold these angles, but seemingly not able to do too much.
Yeah, and shots are going off on point. Right now, Cloudy is stacked up with Shax, who seems to be making a movement, but Elucid has just seen him just at that point, and Cloudy is down there. But Shax needs to pull back, knowing that he can die at that point. He's definitely seen Evax, and he sees Prodigy cross over, and he gets Prodigy. Well done to him, but he needs to make sure that bomb is planted. There's only going to be 30 seconds soon, and he definitely has to make a move, as Gene is overviewing top of a bomb B-side wise. Let's see how it goes up right there, as he's movement of the teammate by Rendez, taking off that man off bomb. Well done to him, Evax, but it seems to be a rotation towards B. Towards the end here.
Oh, call this man Neo, because he just dodged a hell of a lot of bullets. But it does look like he eventually goes down as Slimeballer and Jeans have the most to do. Jeans now left with the heavy task with 7 seconds left on the clock. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, and unfortunately unable to pull all that one off as Convex pulled it back to 2-2 on the search and destroy.
Yeah, Sethi going off for that massive snipe. Well done to him. He seems to be chilling a lot in this position of hostile right now, making sure that mid is going. No one's pushing towards that B, doing well. So before last round up with Orendez, well done to him. Convex seem to be stacking it up now.
Yeah, Convex are definitely picking up from their side of things. At the moment, it is anybody's game to lose and anybody's game to win, seemingly, as Convex on the attacking side. I want to jump aboard with Sethi to see if he's been brave enough on the attack to whip out the sniper rifle.
He's definitely he's had picks by him staying in hostile, but let's see how he can do against the mount, possibly, as someone is creeping up on him and he's seen this person, but Winst has taken his kill from him, possibly cost him in that kill, but let's see how it goes. Winst does have bomb, definitely needs to make sure that plan is into point, but someone else, it looks like, on the opposing team of Pendragon has a sniper as well.
Alright, we'll have a look at that in a second, as I believe that Slimeballer from his side of things has whipped out the sniper rifle. And looks like the bomb not getting planted. Oh, yes, there we go. It has been planted. And we're down to a 4v2 situation. Pendragon have it all to do. Slimeballer with that sniper rifle in hand. Tries to spot out the player on his lower right-hand side.
Definitely gets tagged up by Sethi, it seems like. But right now, Prodigy has been alerted that he's definitely there. So now Sethi just chilling in connector, but it seems like Jean himself was trying to go for a connecting shot. But Sethi possibly getting that kill, unfortunately getting taken out right now. Slimeball going against Prodigy, and will lose that gunfight.
Oh, very, very close one there for Slimeballer to try come up clutch. Unfortunately for him, Prodigy remained tight around this corner, and Slimeballer jumped out with that pistol in hand. Unfortunately, not even getting a chance to fire a bullet, as now it's going to be Convex for the first time taking the lead.
And Seth, doing good work there, just chilling in connect and watching over that flank and getting off Gene right there with his HDR. Well done to him, making sure that his teammate was secured.
All right, so here we go on the attack. It's going to be Pendragon from their side of things. Let's see if Slimeballer once again is going to be whipping out that sniper rifle, as he does exactly that.
Ooh, and right now he's using the AX compared to Sethi using the HDR, and he wins that gunfight. Well done to him. There's one more mount, but let's see how he can deal with that. Right now he's not paying attention, but it seems like the person on a mount, who I believe it is Mr. Prodigy, backing away to come back.
See, this is where I slightly disagree here. Is, I mean, they came up with the play. Okay, fair enough. If he's rotating to get oversight on the bomb site, but now is where they need to try come up with pushes and trades. Does look like a trophy system will get thrown out here. Ooh, his scope is basically sitting on the player. Will he be able to spot him out? Ooh, almost connecting with that one, but Renders comes up with one of his own. Now it is going to be a 5v3. Now is the time to try get your trades.
Yeah, most definitely. And right now on mount, it is a Mr. Prodigy still waiting there. Can he take out the sniper? Finally, Slimeball still being a
20
nuisance,
seconds.
but can he get the inch of that? Bomb needs to be planted, and bomb goes down.
Too slow here currently, but Pendragon is cloudy from behind. He picks up one, he picks up two, and now it's going to be the bomb plant that needs to come in. Jeans jumps onto site and he releases essentially the briefcase that unlocks the bomb, and right now it is going to be a 2v1 situation. Lucid all alone with the job to do. Will he be able to come out on top?
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not hitting the right point, but he's definitely weakened the bomb planter, Mr. Gene himself. Right now, he just has to point out that point, and well done to him. He gets Gene right there, but in the back, the sniper, Slimeball, being the nuisance that he was in the beginning, it's in his favor just to walk into that scope. Lucid just has to beat him, but how can he? Let's see, but Slimeball is looking away. Will it be enough for Slimeball to come back in time?
There we go. Cool and composed at the end, as Slimeball brings it back to 3 apiece here. It's looking like we're going to head towards round 11 here, Zach.
I have a question for you, Nick. Which sniper do you prefer, the AX or the HDR?
To be honest, I've been playing with the HDR in Warzone a little bit more, so it's been my game mode of choice, to be honest. It's just... I feel like I can't even hang in comp lobbies these days, so I've been reverting to the noob arena, which sometimes we can refer to it as. From your side, Zach, do you have any preference?
You know what? I used to enjoy the AX a lot, but HDR has actually been on my favor because of Warzone itself.
Yeah.
And I've been enjoying it a lot. So yeah, pretty much.
So we're still here with Sethi. He's trying to spot out the play on the mount. Will the player be ill-disciplined here? Doesn't seem like it. He'll hold his scope here, but there is a player on his left-hand side shooting down that line. A Slimeballer comes up with one. Ooh. He needed to have the reactions there, but unfortunately not being able to find his way in. I see Renders slowly sneaking up on this left-hand side at the moment. Spots out Evax, will be able to come up with a kill. Unfortunately not in time to be able to clear out his teammate. I'm not too sure if he knows that there's a player on the right-hand side. Renders now with it all to do. It is going to be a 3v1.
Switch up, and it looks like Sethi's already in the back. And he misses! And he's still unfortunate due to Sethi, but could that cost him the kill right there as he misses this another snipe? Pulls up his pistol. Right now, Rendez just left in this 1v3. Bomb is down. It's pretty much now Win's just gonna come in.
Ooh. Ooh. Which way is this going? Oh, Winster finally comes in. And there we go. It's going to be Convex that comes up with, once again, the lead after losing a little bit of momentum there. But it is a pendulum that swings momentum between both of these teams at this point, as it really can fall into anybody's favor.
Yeah, 100%. And right now, Convex in the lead, but for how long before Pendragon gets it to 4 and then 5, probably around 11. But let's see how they go. Definitely a lot of hope for this. So, it's pretty wild in here. especially with the snipes.
Definitely wild in here, and for right now, let's see how these teamers are going to wild it out. Yes, I just went there. All right, so Shax currently on the attack with his team with the bomb carry. It does look like it's going to be a little bit more aggressive from them. This is what I like to see. Changing of the pace is so crucial in Search and Destroy, keeping your opposition on their toes, and this seemingly is playing in their favor as Cloudy picks himself up a headshot. Now they're going to be forced off the bomb site potentially. However, Shax a kilo needs to try and make his way in. Wince is on bomb site. Bursts open through the door. Wince will get traded out. A great push coming in here from Pendragon as they do take the numerical advantage.
Yeah, well done to them. And Shax the killer, unfortunately, does get killed towards the end there, but dodges the point as Mr. Lucid right there gets the kill on Jean. But Rendez got that beautiful bomb down. Just about to get it, and his teammates trade left in a 1v2 right now. Sethi by himself, the sniper. Solo sniper. Let's see how he can do against Cloudy and Rendez.
Yeah, Sethi, all on his lonesome at this point. With it all to do, I want Codcaster to move across to him, please. There we go. Thank you, Codcaster, as you have assisted us greatly. But the trading position of Pendragon isn't fantastic right now, but it does look like Sethi turns, burns, gets one. Now, will he go for the defuse?
He's holding up.
Here's the play on his left-hand side. The player runs away, whips out the sniper. Right? How? What in what world? In what world are you whipping out a sniper rifle to chase down a player? I mean, talk about ambitious.
He's just trying to hit those snipes quickly before him almost down. I guess he had hope.
Well, if he hit it, it would have been like top 5 plays of the month kind of thing. It would have been fantastic. But I'm not too sure. He still had bullets in the cartridge, I believe. So questionable. But Convex, good for them. Well, actually bad for them. I do apologize. They're back to 4 apiece.
It's Pendragon now on that side point of 4-4 on both sides. Let's see, go back. Now we're going to go to Slimeball, who I'm pretty sure is still sniping as he's going to get into that point. He's in deep trenches as Rendez picks up first blood against Prodigy. Throwing in a nade right there, Slimeball just taking his time. Sethi knows that there's a sniper in point, but I think Sethi's time to put away the sniper has been done as he's now using an AR.
Yeah, using an AR indeed. I mean, he hasn't been too bad in terms of snipes. Missing some shots, but let's see if this switch will pay off for them at the moment. Wince is going to be the player pushing forward for his squad as I believe he pops the dead silence. Now the players are turned. This is where he needs to be able to stick his head out. At the moment, Sethi doesn't do that.
When he's trying to
Will he
struggle
be able
up there,
to get the jump up?
Just needs to make sure he spots or manages to spot one, getting off Rendez. Bomb is still in the back there. They definitely need to go fetch that bomb real quick. And Shax the Killer is there securing it as Cloudy is in a gunfight. He doesn't secure it.
Good trades across the board from both of these teams as Elucid drives forward, and it's going to be Pendragon now within clutching distance yet again. They are 1 round away from taking this series 3-2, but it's been a back and forth. Will we go to round 11?
Yeah, unfortunately, Sethi not popping up in that right moment and messing up his jump there. Could have wasted a little bit amount of time there where he could have got that double kill possibly and poked away towards the bomb and fetch it and come back.
Alright, so we go to what potentially could be the final round, but we're going to have to wait and see. I feel like it's mandatory at this point that we jump on board with Cloudy and his squad as they're on the attack, and it does look like an 8 pushes in line at the moment. Cloudy connecting with some massive shots. Slimeballer comes up with a cleanup after the force out there from Cloudy, as does look like Cloudy will get taken down. So a 4v4 situation. We're going old school, ladies and gentlemen, as it goes to round number 10 at the moment. Who's going to be able to come out on top?
Right now, Shax the Killer just playing his time and connected, but Evex is there being the nuisance to watch that as Sethi is just chilling in the back by the back truck just to watch over trenches. But it seems like Prodigy and them seem to be just watching over the bomb side. Number 6, Mr. Jean, is going to be coming through mid and he's about to meet somebody over there, which will be Mr. Lucid or maybe Prodigy, as he does a bit of sneaking. Bomb definitely has to be made into the point as Slimeball gets another snipe. He's going off with the sniper as Sethi gets taken out there, unfortunately.
2v2. Bomb looks to get planted here at the moment, and that's exactly what will take place. Renders gonna hold. On the opposite side, does look like Renders will take some more gunfire. Prodigy. Slimeball with it all to do.
Let's see what the sniper can do off.
Oh, Prodigy says, get out of my face as Convex are back in it. We're going to round 11, search and destroy. It's gone all the way, ladies and gentlemen. The best of 5 will take the longest journey to the end road, as both search and destroys are essentially a best out of 11. And now it is time to see who will be able to stand true of the clutch moments. Last time, Convex, I believe, were the ones to come out on top of the search. Am I correct in saying that? Yep. And
Yeah.
now, Pendragon, is it their time to clutch up? BMT, ladies and gentlemen. Big match temperament. Who's got it?
BMT. Yeah. Certainly, Slimeball going off with the snipes, but can Sethi put away the sniper, but will he bring it back? But no, Slimeball's going to use an AR, because that's when you know nerves are kicking into him.
I see him. He's changing his mind up a little bit here. But it does look like Pendragon are going to be going for a push, and it does look like that push will be counted here from the opposite side. Now, with 2 players on that far right-hand side for Convex, we cross over to Pendragon. Face the Semtex through the face. There's a player on the cross. It's Prodigy, the man that comes up time and time again. Now, will Cloudy be able to return the favor? I think they always look to him in terms of the player that comes up massive when they need to. However, will Pendragon be able to work their way indoors? Slimeballer picks himself up 1, but it's a trade, as it does look like Sethi gets 1 himself.
Well done to him. And right now, Slimeball is being the nuisance that is on top green. Top Granny, unfortunately, not finishing off that kill off Sethi. Right now, Bomb needs to go down, and I believe it's still in the middle next to Rendez, but Lucid is there to watch it over. And Sethi has a clear sight on it. Well done to Cloudy for picking up evacs. This is getting hectic right now. 25 seconds left on the clock. Bomb needs to be made.
Sethi's right there. I don't think he sees him. This is a great position here for Sethi as he picks himself up 1. Now bringing it down to a 2v3 situation. There's only 16 seconds left on the clock. Will somebody be able to get a bomb plant off here? It's Renders trying to make his way forward. He's followed by Slimeball. Now is the moment for you to be able to clutch out. Now is the time for you to be able to stand out and make your mark on this series, as Renders as well as Slimeballer on the defense of the bomb site, as essentially the attack switches favor. Who is going to be able to come out on top?
So Rendez almost picks up that first blood. Information has been given behind the bar. Wins has said, and it's going to be a push at him. It seems like they're surrounding him all those corners. Wins is just playing.
Here we go. As he picks up 1, Rendez comes up with 2. And just like that, it's Slimeballer all alone in a 1v1 situation. He's going to pre-fire from distance, but Sethi comes up clutch when he needs to. Is he going to have enough time on this bomb defuse? He's not going to have enough time, ladies and gentlemen. It's Pendragon that come up clutch when they need to. Instead of the last search and destroy where they fell at the end, it is going to be Pendragon that come up the winners of this round of 11. Zach, what a crazy moment that was.
GG, and well done to Slimball to still chill up on top Granny, overviewing that point as Rendez put down that bomb, trying his best as he got the first blood onto that first kill off of Mr. Windsor, who was trying to play his time. Well done to Pendragon right there in that round 11. Unfortunate time for Convex Gaming. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Wow.
It's intense.
Pendragon once again relying on Prodigy, and Sethi as well. Has to be said, Sethi did fantastically well. But ladies and gentlemen, you have a score there. It is 3-2 in favor of Pendragon. GGWP. From our side, I mean, Zach, that was quite the series. The first one that went all the way, and it did go all the way indeed, as it went to that round 11, not once, but twice on Search and Destroy. And thoughts of that game overall, Zach?
That was honestly big shock to me. I didn't expect game 5, let alone. But wow, them complementing each other, getting 4-4, going all the way towards around 11.
Yeah.
Pendragon and Convex, respect to both of these teams. They played pretty well towards each other. They did their best they could. And unfortunately, towards the end there, Convex does fall short to Pendragon. Well done to Pendragon themselves.
Yeah, big well done to them. I mean, that's going to be absolutely massive in the larger concept of things. I mean, when it comes down to exactly what this means for the teams, I just want to double check. If you're wondering why I'm panning off, so I can have a little bit of a look of an update. I think this puts them on same terms as Convex at this point, in terms of the scoreboard over the league. So that's absolutely huge for them as far as a win goes. clutch plays, but I think we might have also developed a little bit of a rivalry between Convex and Pendragon. Definitely two teams that are going to be going head to head and trying to fight over the bragging rights of their matches going forward. But ladies and gentlemen, as it has been a long evening, I want to say thank you once again to everybody joining us here today. Make sure that you drop a subscribe once again and a like. The likes really do help us in terms of just sharing out with the community, making sure that people can see it. But if you do want to be able to catch the action, if you missed any little bit of it, whether that was essentially OGC rather, taking on iEnvy, or if it was the likes of Pendragon taking on Convex, you can catch that in the VOD, as that will be up and ready for you guys tomorrow. But further from that, Zach, I want to say thank you so much, as well as a thank to Wootini a little bit earlier. Zach, is there any final words before we cross to close?
Pretty much. Thank you very much, Nick, for having me over. Thank you to everyone watching us cast. And thank you to Pendragon Plays and Convex Gaming for putting on a great show for the community to enjoy in this community clash.
Absolutely. And I guess from our side, from the ACGL family, as well as the rest of the crew, thank you to everybody spectating. Thank you to the ACGL team in terms of admin, taking care of business from their side of things, as well as those staying up later than they need to in terms of managing socials and taking care of business. So thank you. Do appreciate you guys. All the best. And I guess we'll see you all on Saturday. Much love. We'll catch you then. Cheers.
Have a good evening.